camera right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're not looking at you guys right there. Got it.
We can talk amongst each other.
Yep.
Cool.
Like with any
Like a
podcast.
conversation, like real people.
Yeah. Almost.
Okay.
Is it?
What do you mean live?
I think
Did you do the intro?
Contradiction. Fuck around and you test me. My patience is fleeting. Coward. Picture this. Your face. My face. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you.
Welcome to Deliciously Nothing Show. I'm Mel Fascist Pig.
And I'm Drew Davis.
And I'm John Dollar, and starting this show off tonight, let's hear it for the musician who's going to be with us the whole night, Dale J. Gordon.
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought a comic was going first. The professionalism is out the door. Well, I'm not good enough at dancing. I'm not good enough or handsome, so I'll never be good enough for them. Well, I'm not good enough at dancing. I'm not good enough or handsome, so I'll never be good enough for them. Well, if I hold down a job, it don't keep me up on my feet long enough to do the strut of success. Well, I'm full of shit and a million excuses, alcoholism and drug abuses, so I'll never be good enough for them. Well, I'm not good enough at dancing. I'm not good enough for handsome, so I'll never be good enough for them. Yes, I had to leave them all behind. Yes, I had to leave them all behind. Yes, I had to leave them all behind. Have a nice time. Have a nice life. Well, if they don't bow down to the first 6 Sabbath albums, I'm a lot better off without them, and they'll never be good enough for me. Well, if they don't bow down the first 6 Sabbath albums, I'm a lot better off without them, and they'll never be good enough for me. Yeah, they'll never be good enough for me.
All right, coming to the stage first, let's hear it for our first comic for the night, Tony Capobianco.
Tony!
All right, thank you. Thank you all so much. That was an awesome song. Not good enough for handsome. I'm not good enough to run security for corn. So that's the vibe I'm putting out. So I went out with this girl. She was all into that true crime stuff. You got just she loved it. It drew me nuts. Here's the thing, because she would do this thing where she would actively try to solve the crime as the show is happening. It's like taking notes and stuff. I'm like, what in the Scooby-Doo is this? It's like, you haven't even figured out that I'm sleeping with your best friend. And now you're cheating on me with this new mystery. Just the sheer audacity of it all. I don't get it. I think, you know how like women are like obsessed with serial killers? You know? It's like, I have a theory why women love serial killers so much. Because a serial killer deep down is their ideal man. You don't think so? Think about it. Drop dead gorgeous, obsessed with only you, and they clean up after themselves. It all makes sense. But you know what's even more amazing is that even when you're about to be murdered, you're still gonna make it about you. You know, you'll be like, you know, tied to a chair in a room full of plastic. Like, oh my God. You put all this time and effort just for me? That is so thoughtful. Stab, 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 stab. I can change him. I don't know. I know. Like, I don't know how this next sentence is going to go, and I might get a few looks for this, but I'm just going to say it. Most women are not worth murdering. You feel the energy that just start right now? I just said it's not good to kill people, and some people are like, oh, screw you, Tony. I am totally murderable. To which I say, oh yeah? Prove it. I don't know, that's just a weird form of validation if you ask me. I don't know. This might come as a shock to some of you, but I am actually not perfect. No, it's true. I mean, I'm in therapy too. A lot of people don't believe me. It's like, oh, what could you possibly be in therapy for? What, you tired of throwing barrels at Mario? Is that what's got you all down in the dumps? No, it's, you know, we all go through some stuff, you know, just because I'm, you know, I open jars all day, that means can't allow it to be sad. You know, no pain, no gain. Yeah, well, I am constantly in pain. Yeah, but I like my guy, my therapist. He's an awesome guy. He's helped me through a lot, but just whenever we're talking, like just a tiny little part of my brain just wants to beat the shit out of him. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. He's done nothing wrong. He's a nice guy. You know what it is? It's because he's an up-talker. You know what that is? That's where, like, when somebody's talking, they, like, towards the end of the sentence, they hit a little inflection, you know? Where it sounds like they're condescendingly explaining something to you. It's like what you're going through is childhood trauma. And as soon as he hits that, I just want to take my thumbs and, like, jam him into his eyes. It's like, you know, it's like you said, take care of my anger, go to a rage room. Well, we're making a rage room right now. I don't know. The other thing is he's got a very punchable name. You ever think of that? You hear somebody find out what their name is, like that should not be. Like, I'm not going to say his real name, but the only punchable name I can think of that isn't his is Aiden. That's it. Aiden and all the spin-offs. Aiden, Caden, Shaden, Braden, Zayden, Satan, you know. Like, I mean, like, whenever I meet a guy named Aiden, I'm like, all right, I get it. You had a single mom. But even so, like, I feel like that all the Aidens, that's a name that's good till you're like 11. After that, like, I can't take any adult Aiden seriously. You know, like, we have a black president. One day we'll get a female president. There should never, ever, ever be an Aiden president. Nobody's going to take that guy serious. Not even Secret Service. You'd be like, President Aiden. The Prime Minister of England is on the big boy phone. All right. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you all very much. Kicking off the show. How's it going?
What's up,
Wow.
Tony? How we doing?
How's everybody?
Would you like a shot?
I'm good for now.
All right,
Still
we'll
gonna
save
be
it.
straight edge.
You know, I was just going down the list to make sure we didn't have an Aiden on the lineup, just to make sure that there wasn't
got
going to
to
be a
cut.
fight.
He did, but he heard Tony was performing. He was like,
Yeah.
nope, not doing it. Not
He's
going.
like, who's talking shit? Then he sees that tight T-shirt, and he's like, maybe not.
No, he was like, I'll change my name.
I'll let that one.
Yeah.
Aiden's punched like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that.
It is funny when you bring up something about serial killers too, because a lot of them, people really like, one of the first things they mention is like, yeah, you know, Ted Bundy, very good-looking guy, but
Yeah.
you know, he was a killer. It's like, why is that the lead? Why are we starting with how attractive the dude was?
I guess because you look at John Wayne Gacy and you look at Bundy, there's a big difference on the hotness scale.
It is true. John Wayne Gacy,
He's pretty ugly.
he had the build for a party clown
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
murdered people.
Almost definitely. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just, as a society, accept more, tolerate more from hot people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a
Do
murderer,
what you want,
but,
Mr.
I mean,
Hot
look
Man.
at those arms,
I mean,
you know?
come on. You know, even Chris Brown still has a career.
Oh yeah.
I know he's a serial killer.
Still pretty bad.
Chris has made some mistakes, but
So what's up with all this Diddy shit, man? I've just been hearing like remnants of what's going on.
I've only heard like just.
Did Hollywood
specs,
go ahead
like,
and-
you know,
did they let him-
He's like, you know, a different like version of Epstein allegedly, where he's making like dudes have sex with each other.
Oh.
It's like,
So
Yeah.
allegedly.
I mean, I love 90s hip hop. I can't really be a historian about it, but I think that it was like one of the worst kept secrets that Diddy was like basically like Suge Knight, where everyone's like, don't fuck with him. Because
Well, I also saw this one photo where there's Oprah with Diddy, there's Bill Cosby with Diddy, there's the casting couch guy, the Weinstein, with
Weinstein.
Oprah. Like, when are we gonna get to what Oprah's doing?
oh, yeah.
gasp.
That's season 3, guys. Just hold up.
It's coming.
How many babies does she require a year to keep that soul going?
That's what it's all building up to, is actually Oprah. That would
Well,
be
it's all
devastating.
Hollywood.
My
It's all
mom
Yeah,
loves
it's like I can
Oprah.
feel my tinfoil hat just getting a little bit tighter.
Yeah. That's your brain getting knowledge just getting
There we go.
stronger.
Yeah,
Feel that? That's growth.
that's right. It's like I hate being right all the time.
It is wild. You hear all these kind of stories too, where it's like that. I saw an interview where Bill Burr was on the Breakfast Club, and he made a good point where it's like, you know, it's not just Hollywood that has this problem. They're saying
Yeah,
it's
true.
like plumbers are
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
can
there,
be
there are
horrible
psychos
people.
everywhere.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a psycho working at CVS somewhere.
Oh.
Just as evil.
I got like halfway
I feel
through
like I've met
that.
some of those ones.
They probably don't have
Yeah,
the
there's
kind of
been a
pull or like the connections as Diddy does, but I'm sure the same intentions are there.
Well, I got halfway through that new documentary, Quiet on Set, because I grew up with like
Oh.
Nickelodeon stuff, and it was kind of like pretty well known at that point that Dan Schneider was a bit of a monster. And I got about halfway through that, and I was like, I can't stomach another goddamn
Well, yeah.
word of this.
It's like
This is
even like the guy who
rough.
started the Backstreet Boys apparently was a creep.
but
Oh,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
If you're like, let's
I have
get
this
4
new
hot
idea for a
dudes
boy
together to dance in tandem with
How
each
about we
other.
get 5 young guys together for a like, man, I think that's a problem.
Every boy band too, they just get slightly younger each time that they show up.
I mean, I guess I know these talented 5, 18-year-olds. Can we do younger? Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Too
wish-
old.
Speaking of,
Too
like, I
old.
wish we could go back where the big scandal was like Justin Timberlake revealing one
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Jacksons
right.
on the
Nibbles?
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even make it to the air if
People
that
that
happened.
gives
in
a
the Super
shit.
Bowl, right?
Like,
Like,
They had,
oh,
to, they, had
another
to, they had to get
nipple?
so
Okay.
raunchy
that-
to build up to that.
Yeah,
That's the
that's-
opener now for the
Yeah,
Super
that's,
Bowl
that's
anthem.
tenderloin.
It's
That's like a softball.
It's like the cold
That's hardly
open for any
anything.
Netflix show at this point.
Just like, here's some boobs. All right, and now opening credits. Here we go.
So, you had any more commercials? You went out of town? What's going on with you?
Let's see. I did do a short film.
Oh.
Yeah, it actually won the 54-hour film festival.
No kidding.
Well, I don't know if it won the official best film, but
You're
it won
so
a couple
calm
awards.
as you're telling us this
Yeah.
amazing
Well, I
news.
found out like
Yeah,
yesterday.
That's cool.
It's
Ah.
very good.
Yeah.
What was the short film called?
It was called Monday.
What's
Yeah.
your explain?
Yeah, it was all these teams had 54 hours to basically shoot and edit a short film. They had to write, shoot, and edit like a 7-minute film, and yeah, it had all the but different actors from the acting studio, which I'm part of, and it was like a party where like the lead character is like a male version of Wednesday Addams.
Okay, that's fun. Yeah.
And his name is Monday. And my role was to be that guy who keeps going to these parties even though he like graduated.
Oh, no, Van Wilder.
Like McConaughey.
He's a real person, too.
Yeah.
At his parties.
Yeah, I was like a very Italian Matthew McConaughey.
That's what I like about them Wednesday
Yeah.
girls.
Mondays, am I right?
Mondays. I gotta ask though. It's like, did they ever tell you why it's 54 hours? It seems like an oddly specific amount of time.
Well, there's also a similar called the 48-hour Film Festival,
Oh,
which
really?
there's a few
Yeah, I
of
remember
those
that.
like across the country. But given like the time crunch, I've done the 48 before, and like you go into panic mode. So having that extra 6 hours is such like a relief buffer in case like whatever emergencies happen, whether like you gotta reshoot a scene, or like your computer crashes, or like stuff's not rendering or something. So you just have that little extra, just a little bit of a breather.
I love
Nice.
the idea of everybody at the 48-hour film festival all looking at each other. It's like, if we just had exactly 6 more hours.
Yeah.
There was a lot of math that came into the Netflix
If
festival.
we
there.
crunched the numbers, 6
Oh,
more would be
hours.
perfect.
Well, I've seen a few. It wouldn't have helped.
You guys were screwed to begin with. You'll see that with like feature films that are made
Yeah.
that get into
Oh,
the theaters.
God.
You get 20 minutes in, it's like, who the fuck funded this?
Exactly. Somebody lost their ass on
Oh,
this.
it's
This could have
terrible.
been a great YouTube short, is what that could have been. Yeah.
This could have been 2 minutes, not 2
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, this could have been on Reels.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I remember the biggest thing I ever saw was this movie, Gods of Egypt. It had a budget of $160 million.
Oh yeah, well all the gods were white.
Yeah, yeah, it was like Jeffrey
God
Rush was
intended.
playing. Yeah, what was it? Gerard Butler played like an Egyptian god, and he didn't even like try to do away with his Scottish accent. He's like, ancient pharaohs are here to save. It's like, what is this?
It's like checks in the mail.
Fuck it. So I got to pay off a mortgage on my 9th house. Well, Tony, buddy, before we let you go, you got anything to promote? Anything on the road? Anything coming up?
Let's see. So we got the show in Lebanon on next Thursday, April 4th.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's
That'll
gonna be a
good
lot of fun. And also Up Down Comedy is coming back on Thursday, April 18th.
That is such a good
That's a
at
fun
8
show.
o'clock.
That is
So
good job on that
yep,
one, man.
stacked lineup. It's still gonna be upstairs, but we're gonna be probably during the summer moving to a different part of the building.
Okay.
Oh, getting
That'd
out
be
of attic.
Yeah.
You kind of
Yeah.
keep it going throughout the year.
That's the
Does
point.
that mean we'll be able to
Freezing
play
their ass
video
off.
games and watch your comedy show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, not at the same time.
Somebody throwing
Don't
skee ball
challenge
while
me
you
with
hit
that.
a
I
punchline.
can do both.
I know. I mean, I can play Tekken and watch.
Oh yeah, that's my dream.
Hell yeah. Well, Tony, it's been great, buddy. Thanks for coming on
Thanks,
to
Rick.
the show.
Thank
So
you, guys.
dang.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Dale J. Gordon.
Get it, Dale.
Thank you for having me. I don't listen to any of that true crime shit, but I figured out I solved the Zodiac killer sign a while ago. And I figured it was just this simple. I don't know how the detectives didn't get it. It was a guy who had been asked, "What's your sign?" One fucking many, 2 times, too much, too many times. And he went, "Sticky, stick, stick, poke, poke." That's me being hilarious. Stand-up is usually part of my in-between song banter, but I'm going to abstain from it because of this format. Just like waiting on a machine, push the button, let it do its thing. Then you tell it to do its job. Then you tell it to do it right. Waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot. Waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot. Attention, part of me isn't working, 'cause you hit the wrong button and you hit it twice. All out of ignorance and frustration. Waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot. Waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot. Tick-tock, tick-tock, hello. I'll turn all your needs into luxury and all of your needs into safety. Your will of your last wish, of all your wishes, your last wish. Well, I'll make that your first prayer. Waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot, waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot, waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot, waiting on a woman, waiting on a robot. Thank you. That was from one of those automated phone messages things where you said, it says, please enter your 36-digit number. And you go, beep, 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 and goes, I'm sorry, I don't recognize that number. I was like, son of a bitch, you know you do, you know you do. Enter your 36-digit number again. But don't enter the beep, 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 beep. I'm sorry you're having trouble. Goodbye. She did that. She said that with that attitude, that tone.
Damn.
And I lost it.
That's a damn shame, buddy.
I'm sorry, Dan.
All right, everyone. Your next comic coming to the stage. Let's hear it for Matt Adkins.
Yeah, get it, Matt.
Hey, what's going on? Set that over there. Nice for you guys to have me out here tonight. This is pretty cool. Never really done anything like this, so this is going to be a pretty cool learning experience. Anyway, yeah, my name's Matt Adkins. You know, unlike the Adkins diet, I actually work, you know. Yeah, I build hotel furniture, which is pretty cool. If you guys like traveling a lot, I screw all day, so you can screw all night. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah, you're welcome. I do it for you guys. You guys have a lot more fun with that furniture than I do, I tell you what. But yeah, so people tell me I look like Jesus if he sold fentanyl. Which is, yeah, it's crazy, right? But yeah, I don't know. I guess I can kind of see it. But yeah, I think it's about time he gets a reality check because, you know, I can die and come back, you know. It's not really that big of a deal because, you know, with fentanyl and Narcan, anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. People say I'm built like Bugs Bunny, you know, but I don't really get it. I eat carrots, but, you know, I eat ass too. So there's that. If I see a chick with an ass, you know, that's carrot cake to me. Appreciate that. But yeah, there's these accounts out there that, you know, I call them scam sexuals, where it's a guy who pretends to be a chick online, and he's trying to, like, get something out of you or something like that. You know, like, oh, I need some money, whatever it may be. So I'm like, okay, I like messing with him, you know. And this one hit me up, and he's like, hey, you know, what's going on? I need some money. I was like, man, I really can't do it right now. My girl just broke up with me. She's over the neighbors right now. And he's like, you know, it can't be that bad. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's not even the neighbor that she's over there with. It's actually the neighbor's dog. Damn, he was like, well, it can't be that bad. I was like, yeah, well, it gets worse, actually, dude, because she said the dog's dick was bigger than mine. And that was a problem. Well, that didn't work. Yeah. Put the red rocket away. See, dudes, they're really good at seeing, like, what a car is. Like, they can see a car, and they're like, oh, shit, that's a Ford 64, whatever it may be. I'm not good at that. But chicks, on the other hand, they can see, like, oh, that's a dog. It's a Pomeranian, or it's you know, a Baltanese, or I really don't know dog breeds either. So I'm, like, really not sure if I'm a man or a woman. I must be like a bicycle or something. I don't really know. I just don't get rode like one, you know what I'm saying? That sucks. But one time, me and my buddies, we was driving down the road, and this dog came running to meet his family, who was coming in the turning lane. And yeah, man, you wouldn't believe it, but when you're going 60 miles an hour and you hit a dog, and he's doing cartwheels like this, head to toe, and you're like, holy shit. He just got a 10 in all boards. That's a fucking golden retriever right there. You ever be in the grocery store and you hear like Limp Bizkit on and you're just like chilling and you're like, man, hell yeah. And you're in the bread aisle and you're like, it's all about the white bread, wheat bread bullshit. The kids suck, the wife never wants to fuck or something, you know. You know, all these dudes, they be talking about, man, I make this chick go crazy, bro. I got deep in that pussy. That's pretty cool. I must be hitting the block button in there, bro, because I never hear back from them. So, you know, you never see midgets really smoking weed, and it kind of makes sense, you know, because I wouldn't smoke weed either if I couldn't get to the top shelf, you know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe not that one. What about this new slang they got going on, you know, with bussin' and cap and all that? Like, cap is lying, like, oh, I got a 20 sack for $10. Oh, that's cap or something. Well, anyway, I wonder how long it's going to be before handicapped people realize that that's low-key a diss. You know, because handicapped people aren't even handy. That's cap. No. Okay, well, my sister liked it. She's in a wheelchair, but shit. So, you guys cool with a knock-knock joke, maybe? I'll try a knock-knock joke. All right, so knock-knock. Levi? Levi need to masturbate? Oh. I'll try one more, I guess. I don't know how long I'm supposed to go. So I always wanted to do a 7-10 split in bowling, man. Me and my grandpa used to bowl all the time, and I loved it, and it was real fun. But he always whooped my ass every time, dude. And so, you know, and he died, so I can't really fight him anymore in bowling or whatever, so I just got to go to the bowling alley. So I went one day, and I was like, I was there, and there it was, you know, right before me, the 7 and the 10. So, you know, there I went. I walked up to them, and they both split. They got the hell out of there. Yeah, hey. All right, yeah, my name is Matt Adkins. I appreciate it. I guess I'll get out of here.
Ooh, come on over here and grab a seat, bud.
Come hang.
I gotta say, as somebody raised Irish Catholic, hearing a fentanyl Jesus joke the day before Easter Sunday was
Timing. It's all about timing.
Good timing, right? On my
Yeah,
part, I
great time.
suppose.
I gotta say, as someone raised in 2000, love a good Limp Bizkit joke.
Hell yeah.
Also true. Also very true.
I just thought that it literally, like I said, I was just sitting there thinking, or like listening to the song. I was like, oh my God, it's all about the white bread, wheat bread. Oh shit.
Love it, man.
Buddy, you want a shot of
shot?
Kentucky bourbon?
Oh my goodness, sure, go ahead.
It's fresh.
I'll take a shot.
Fresh from Kentucky.
I'll do one with you. Sloan, buddy, you want one as well?
No, gotta drive home.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know,
One for the Rev.
Take one for the Rev, all right.
For the Rev. Here
hell
we
yeah.
go.
Rock on, dude.
I gotta say, man, how long have you been doing comedy?
Dude, I only started July 23rd last year, I think, with Brad Sativa. He was doing an open mic.
Oh, you start with Brad. I love Brad.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he did an open mic down there in Pulaski at Venue 220. You might have been there at that. I don't know.
Pulaski, eh?
I have done that show down there a few times.
Yeah,
Pass
I
that
saw you
over.
down there, I think, once or twice, actually.
Oh, yeah. I've done it a couple times, and it was funny. The first time I did it, cheers to the fellas.
Here's the Pulaski.
Yeah. Here's Pulaski, open mics, new shows.
Yeah.
And Matt.
So
yeah.
you live close to Pulaski?
About 25 minutes away.
Oh, you live in Columbia?
Shit. Lawrenceburg.
A lot of people
It's
feel
a
like
little
that
tough.
when you ask
It's a
them
little
about Columbia.
Oh, not Columbia.
You didn't cough when we brought up Pulaski. But Columbia,
It's like, no, give me another one.
Yeah, you don't
Yo.
want to go around there, I guess.
It was funny because like there's a lot of nice people down in Pulaski. I had no idea about like the history of the town.
yeah.
Until the first time that I was going down there, I was Ryan McComb was driving. Shout out to Ryan
Yeah,
McComb.
get it, Ryan.
He
Five big
filmed
ones.
his dry bar special. That guy's killing
Yeah.
it out here.
yeah.
He just killed it.
Yeah.
He did a guest spot on my show
He's
last
absolutely-
week, and he just...
But so I'm riding down there with Ryan, and it wasn't until we hit the interstate, the point of no return. He's like, "So John, do you know about Pulaski?" I was like, "Not really." He's like, "Give it a Google." So I Googled it, and I was like, "Oh no."
3 letters in the alphabet. And it's,
Well, what's funny is like, the crowd loved it the most when you just kind of talk
Yeah, they
shit
really
about
love it. They love
Just
it.
like,
They know, they own it.
They
They're
own
like,
up
yeah,
to it, and they're just like,
that's
hell yeah,
us.
hit us with it.
So.
Heather Shaw was there, and she did a joke about the Coca-Cola factory that burned down.
Yeah.
She was just doing like crowd work or whatever, and they were like, yeah, it burned down. And she's like, oh, was there a black person in there? And it killed her. They loved that.
No.
That's one of those, you either become their favorite comedian or you're the next victim of a hate crime.
It's
Yeah.
one or
Like,
the other.
It's gonna,
That's about it.
that's with,
And what's funny is I remember I was driving down there with Cameron Shepard and Belly Button the second time. And it was shortly before Cameron got to my apartment, and I got a call from Belly, and he's like, "You doing the Pulaski show?" And it's like, "Yeah, we're all on the flyer, bud. Like, hey, you saw my face next to yours." And he's like, "Do you think I could get a ride with you?" And I was about to start explaining. He's like, "Well, you know, it's actually a lot of nice people there," but in that moment, I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not. That's not going to be a winning argument." It's
Sure.
like, yeah, just
Come
come
on,
on,
hop on in.
Yeah.
come on in.
so
We'll be
Matt,
fine.
what, so you're relatively new in comedy. What's maybe
Yeah.
what's maybe been like your favorite thing or most fun experience or cool show? Or if you have like a terrible, awful moment, you prefer to
I've
share
just
with it?
enjoyed. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, just give us like your a highlight or a low light of comedy so far.
Man, I mean, I don't know. I've enjoyed it. Even when I, like, you know, when you bomb or any of that, I don't really care. I'm just doing it for fun. Like, I enjoy to get up there, just try running jokes.
Yeah.
I've always liked making people laugh. But my first one, I got up there and I didn't know you could stop early. I thought you had to, he's like, you got 5 minutes. And I was like, all right. And I'd been waiting, like, writing stuff for like a year. And I was like, okay, I got this. And then I got up there and the light hit me and I just blanked out. Did like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then just ate shit. The dude was shining the light at me a lot, and I didn't know what that meant, you know?
You thought he was just checking your pupils, yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, what's he doing? Taking pictures or something?
Well, it's nice that you mentioned that you're trying to like have fun doing it, because I've been doing it for years now. Drew's been doing it a lot longer than I have, and I know both of us have had a lot of moments where we've had to sit down and remind ourselves, like, this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
It's like it's been a nightmare for months. It's supposed
Right.
to be fun.
There gets to a point where there becomes more to it than fun, like if you do it professionally or
Yeah.
whatever, but you have to have it rooted in fun. Otherwise, everything else becomes unbearable.
Yeah, see, I used
like
to
if you're not having a
skateboard.
good time.
Right.
I used to skateboard, so I kind of look at it in that kind of aspect.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the world, like, it was skating, you look at it as, like, the world's your, like, canvas or whatever
Yeah.
you want to look at it. So, like, that's how, you know, like, a stair set to me is, like, oh, I can do a bunch of stuff down
Right.
that. And, like, you see a car crash on the side of the road, oh, I got jokes for days about this,
Yeah.
Right.
or any of that.
Car
So-
crashes are my grinding staircases
Yeah.
in comedy, man. Hey, did you ever play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2?
Oh, dude, I loved it.
It's a classic.
Oh,
That's an
yeah.
absolute classic.
If you didn't play, there was something wrong with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a staple
Maybe
of
a
all
deprived
Dude, I was
child.
playing
Maybe it
that.
wasn't-
I was playing that one time, and I think a ghost actually raped me, dude.
What? Where the fuck that come from? What?
I'm
You're gonna have to
serious.
explain that.
We're gonna need some more details on this
So,
one.
like, you know, I was on the
So
phone
is
with my
it
homie. And it was-
Penetration and rape, or
well,
It's a ghost,
physically,
you can't.
physically.
All right, goodbye,
I'm fine.
YouTube. This one's getting taken down.
Physically, I'm fine, but like spiritually, I guess I'm loose now. I don't really know. Like,
It
so
opened you
I went
up,
to the
man.
bathroom. My house was haunted that I grew up in. It was haunted. Like, glass would shatter in the middle of the night and stuff like that. It was kind of crazy. We had a rocking chair that would rock on its own. A lady died in it. But either way, I don't really know. I was just in the bathroom one day. I was on the phone with my homie. I flushed the toilet, go to walk back out of there. I get slung up against the wall, like slung, pulled down by my shoulders, bent over, and then my ass, like I don't know, I was like twerking, like I was getting moved for a minute and a half. I couldn't move, I couldn't do nothing. I don't know what it was.
So your life was just like that scene in Scary Movie 3.
yeah,
It's just like,
paranormal activity, dude.
That's
Ghosts
crazy,
gone
man.
wild.
Did anyone, when I asked the question, have you played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, consider that this was the direction the
Yeah,
conversation-
I never would have thought we'd
None.
be talking about ghost sexual assault.
Dude,
I didn't think that was gonna be.
it ain't like you
Well,
can
I'm
go to.
sorry, man. That
You
sounds
can't call the
scary.
cops either. Like, hey, a ghost just raped me.
yeah, you're going
You're
to
going-
jail.
you're gonna go to the
I said,
loony
yo,
bin.
you're not gonna believe this. I think a ghost just got a hold of me, and he's like, "What?" I was like, "Dude, I swear to God, there's no other explanation, you know."
So are you like okay now? Like what?
I don't-
That's a lot, man.
I don't know, man. I think when I go to the afterlife, I think he's gonna be there waiting for me.
What's funny you said that.
Yeah,
We
we
actually
should
got a
get
guest
back.
on our show.
Then it's your turn for
You couldn't
revenge
have
now,
waited, dog? What
man.
the hell?
what's your fucking problem, man? Like, you get to the pearly gates and just start, it's immediate, like, on site. You just throw away.
Before I get in there, let me just get this out the way.
St. Peter's up there. It's like, these guys, they got to settle this.
It's like Peter
Just let them
Griffin
fight it
versus
out.
the
This is
chicken.
actually a tiebreaker right now.
I've actually been waiting for this day.
Or maybe the ghost like has a completely different look. Like maybe that was such a romantic. Maybe he's waiting for you in heaven, and it's just like
It'd been a long time. Maybe he just needed one, you know? We go to the graveyard and bang and leave the panties there in case they were a panty sniffer. You know, it's been a while since they've seen some action.
Who leaves panties at a graveyard?
We don't kink shame.
Well,
I do a little bit. I'm gonna shame that.
I might have to in that
healthy
regard.
amount.
That seems like it's crossing from a kink into a crime.
Maybe
That's
a little
someone's
overboard.
grave. They didn't ask for that.
Yeah, it's like they're already dead. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, buddy, you got. I know you're new to comedy, but you got any upcoming shows? Anything new to promote?
I'll be at the Crazy Gnome.
Okay.
Doing
Oh,
that
it's a
funniest
fun one.
comedian thing just for
That's
stage
awesome,
time.
man.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good luck. Have fun with it.
Yeah,
man. Will this be your first comedy contest?
Yeah, I did one at like Seasons of Murfreesboro, but it was
Okay,
more like
yeah.
an open mic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Joey Goodsong was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And a few other
Good guy.
people. Joey Miller, I believe, and a few other
Okay.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
okay, Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Johnny Stone was there once.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
twice.
just have the contest things. They're so much fun. And
Yeah,
they
I'm just doing it
they
just
put
for
a
the
big-
stage time,
Make
you
a
know?
big deal out of it, and it's just a good time.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Anytime I've done a comedy competition or
I
something, it's like,
figured-
I don't care about the outcome. I just want to have a good set, and if
Yeah.
I have a good set, because like my dream is to do stand up, not to win this fucking
I
competition.
figured it was a good way to support comedy
Absolutely.
locally for you
Yeah.
guys, as well as kind of get some stage time and not and in front of an actual crowd to kind of gauge.
Yeah,
Like
Crazy
I
Gnome's
don't
a
know.
cool room too. They do
Yeah.
a
It
monthly
was a
show
fun
there.
one.
It's a nice
This is
little
kind of like
place,
to gauge
usually
stuff.
good
It
food
helped
truck.
out a lot, I think. So you know.
All right, Matt, it's been great having you, buddy. Thanks for
all
coming on
right,
the
be
show.
good, Matt.
Yeah, man.
Hey, buddy.
Anytime.
Give you a nut.
Take it easy, guys.
All right, Matt Adkins, one more
Yeah,
time. All right, and again, let's hear it for our musical guest, Dale J. Gordon.
Thank you. This is a song about whenever doing something that you love loses its luster and it's not fun anymore. It could be writing a song, it could be playing songs, it could be writing a poem, drawing a picture, it could be masturbation. It could be all those things. And then I'm going to do that, and then I'm just got to get through these. I know we're pressed for time and everybody wants to get on, but this is my set list, and so I'm going to get... It's kind of like an opus or a symphony, so we're going to start here, and we've got to get here. So I'll be out of your way. It doesn't light up the same part of my brain that it used to. That's sad. It doesn't warm the same part of my heart like it once did. That's too bad. 'Cause the world doesn't have any use for my musical contributions. I'm glad. 'Cause if they finally liked a song, they'd expect me to actually play it every night till I'm dead. After which they'll refer to me as that guy who sang that one song that they used to love at first, but now they can't stand to hear anymore since it got so overplayed for years. So now when it comes on the radio, it doesn't light up the same part of their brain that it used to. That's too bad. It doesn't warm the same part of their hearts like it once did. That's sad.
Thank you. All right, everybody, your next comic come to the stage. Let's hear it for AJ Jacobs.
Yeah.
Hey!
What is up? Deliciously Nothing podcast, people.
What?
Wow, that was a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm an upbeat human, but like I get it, and it was beautiful. I was like over here, I was doing like a little. Well, no one can see me. Well, you guys can all see me. Anyway, what's up, everybody? I'm AJ. I recently had a birthday. I recently turned 43, so happy birthday to me. Thank you so much. I like getting older. I like being in my 40s. I like aging. I'm totally cool with it. I'm not like, like midlife crisis, la-di-da. I'm actually pretty, like, good with everything. And it's a little bit of a struggle because I grew up in the 80s and 90s where the example of people in their 40s that we had was like, right? It wasn't me. It like picture Diane Keaton and Steve Martin as the parents and father of the bride. Now close your eyes. Like, you were like, oh yeah. I mean, that's what we had. And like, that was a great movie. Still love it. But like, it was, so what I'm saying is that Beyonce and I are the same age. We were born the same year. We're doing okay. She just released an album. And in case you all were wondering, I just released my bowels after going on vacation. My bowels had they took a vacation. They were like, you're going on vacation, AJ? You don't need us. And I was like, no, I'm skiing. Why would I want to have a regular, skiing? I just want to bring it all with me up and down the mountain. But yeah, recently I was out and a young man, he was like, wow, your skin looks so good for someone your age. What's your secret? It's cum. I moisturize with just every day. That's what we do. And yeah. And I've been married for 15 years, so it's really, really working. My husband, that's what happens. Guys, get married, have kids. It's great. So yes, I am an elder millennial. And I recently decided, I thought this was cool, but it's not anymore. I decided to deactivate my MySpace account. I guess like having everyone's like, ooh, vintage, but not when it comes to digital and social media. So I deactivated my MySpace and I got on Instagram. Yes, so catch me in 10 years. You'll see me on TikTok if it's still legal. But I just joined Instagram and I felt a lot of pressure when I was creating a profile because I wanted all of the people of the internet to follow me and like my posts, and I want to pop off, as they say. Who was talking about what the kids say? I have a 12-year-old, so there's a lot of like Riz and for real, and I'm just like, please, I don't know what you're saying. But anyway, so about me, so I decided in my profile, I started looking at what other people were doing out there, like, and I saw this thing that parents were mostly moms were doing, where they put little emojis in their profile. Maybe you've seen this, where it's like if they have a baby, there's a little baby emoji, and if they like hot dogs, there's a hot dog emoji. If they have a dog, there's a dog, etc. And then I noticed if they'd ever had a miscarriage, they put a little angel baby in there, which I thought, no, so sweet. Well, I don't like hot dogs, and I haven't had any miscarriages, but I have had a few abortions, and then I had 2 kids by choice. So it's very quiet in here. Okay. All right, you guys, listen, let me tell you, it's really helpful. Choice is a good thing. We can talk later. But anyway, so I made my profile look like this. It looks like 3 of the blonde lady emojis going, and then I have a male child and a female child, because I actually do have those. And then I put a scissors in there. And that represents my husband's vasectomy. I know everyone in this room just is like, what? But it's true. Vasectomy, that I feel like that's what the lawmakers meant. They were like, all right, women, you can't do what you want to do, so it's time for the men to go. And it's great, because we can have all the without the, no more of this. I did all this. So speaking of not having abortions, one of the wildest things about being pregnant with a male is having a penis inside of you that you're not fucking. Okay? It's true. So when I was pregnant with my son, I would fixate on this. I'd be like at my desk at work or doing something mundane like grocery shopping, and I would just be like, there's a penis in me. I'm not fucking it. And then when my husband and I would fuck, because if you didn't know this, pregnant people can have sex. That's where dimples come from. You should see my kids. They have to wear like a bag on their head. So my husband and I would be fucking, and then there would be 2 penises in me, which for me was like being back in college. Minus the cocaine and low quality sheets. I'm in my 40s. I have great skincare and good sheets. So I am a basic white mom. This is like, a basic white mom. I love yoga and meditation. I do whatever Gwyneth tells me to. If you didn't know, she's going around, Gwyneth Paltrow, telling us girls, us ladies, to put a jade egg inside our vagina to kegel it. So I'm doing that right now because that's what we moms have to do in 2024. We have to multitask. Can't get it all done. So yes, and I have a Peloton, and I love my Peloton, you guys. And the other day I was taking a class, and I was doing and I do the really hard ones because I'm a crazy intense person. And the instructor, she looked me in the eyes and she goes, "You are the CEO of your life." Well, of course I had to stop my interval that I was crushing, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm the CEO of my life? I'm gonna have to put myself on a performance improvement plan. My stock is way down. The CFO is like, bitch, stop spending all the money. The employees are lazy little assholes. They come in late, they leave early. There's always pee on the toilet seat. Always. There's always pee on the toilet seat. So I decided I'm going to solve this problem. I'm going to go on LinkedIn. I'm going to post a job for CEO of my life. The pay is shit, but I'll share my skincare routine with you. All right, you guys, I'm AJ. You guys have been great. Thanks for having me.
Grab a seat.
Gang.
Hang with the fellas. I gotta say,
Bro time.
Hey,
Bro it up with us.
yeah.
Drew, are we doing shots? Drew and I did a
let's do
shot
some
ski together
shots.
once.
I'll do a shot with you. You want to do a
Sure.
shot?
Oh my
AJ.
goodness. Yes,
Hey.
Drew's doing a shot. I'm doing
We
a
did
shot.
a little stinky with AJ.
Stinky. Okay, can
That's
you
your
tell
new
me
podcast.
what
We're
is?
warned.
Okay,
They
no.
were gonna get
I'm sorry.
stinky
I
tonight.
realize you guys are the ones asking the questions, but what does that mean? I see this on Instagram. You guys are like, we're getting.
That's all for me.
Do you
It's
smell
a
that?
John-
Do you need deodorant?
It's John
Like,
Dog.
what's-
It's because I'm from Montana. It's like deep South Canada. Montana's a beautiful
No,
place.
I'm from Buffalo.
So,
we are
yeah.
the Miami
Oh,
of
hell
Canada.
yeah, nice.
Fight me.
Hell yeah. So like that Canadian lingo comes down sometimes, and it's like me. If I said let's get stinky to my friends upstate, like they wouldn't even fucking notice. They'd be like, yeah, let's get stinky there, bud. It's just like the kind of. So now it's like I've
Okay.
just started saying, oh yeah, we're gonna get
We're
fucking
gonna
stinky
get
out here, bud.
okay.
But like
Now
I forget. I'm
everybody's
in.
saying
Yeah, that
it.
please
I'm like,
be our toast to get
okay.
Get stinky.
Get
Get
stinky.
stinky, yeah.
To see and double.
Hey.
Triple. Round.
Yeah, now it's like I didn't realize how insane it sounded.
Oh.
And Drew's dying over there. Yeah.
Are you okay? Do you need the bucket of shame?
I'm great.
Did you guys
Not
need
yet,
the
not
bucket
yet.
of shame?
That's why you wanted to do a shot with him. Like I
know,
want
I
to
know.
humiliate Drew.
We did his first shot ski. Do you guys, you know a shot ski? You have to know a shot
I'd
ski.
never
Shot ski,
heard
buddy.
of a Scott. I thought that was
Shot of skeet. What?
No. So like it's like 4 shots on a ski.
On a ski.
And you get 4 people do the shot together. I thought she was just coming up with like a cute, endearing way of being like, let's do a shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Let's do a little shot ski, bud.
And then like she busts out a ski, and I'm like,
It's like, no, there's skis with holes in it, and then we pour liquor in there.
I was like, I did not.
Exactly, 100%.
So you had to be in sync on this.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, and so but I've done enough shot skis. I have,
You're a pro.
I'm a
She,
pro. What
she,
I'm
had,
saying is,
she was a tactician there. She knew exactly what to do.
If you need a 4th or a 5th on your shot ski, call AJ.
Perfect.
I'll come. I'll be there.
You know, I gotta say, the only thing that kind of upset me was I don't believe that you're in your 40s because I'm 27 and I look like I could be your older brother. That's what I was gonna ask. Is the cum thing real?
It's not real.
It's not?
Actually, it's funny. David Friedlander inspired that joke. He said something at an open mic one
sounds
day,
right.
and I was like. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what all us married women do. We just like our husbands just come in our face all the time. And I just
feel
like
like
thought
it's
of it.
the
It's been my
opposite.
opener.
Yeah. Every marriage
Yeah.
I've heard of is like there's no
Yeah,
more
there's-
sex
Yeah.
ever.
Oh, really?
Every once in a while, I get to
Oh.
bust a money shot on my wife's face. Every once in a while, it's pretty much blue moons, man.
Well, see, I was hoping that the cum thing was real because I got 2 fellows right here that could really start me on my skincare journey.
Let's do it.
But then like since I've been telling this joke, like things have come up with like other people, other comedians where they've talked about like someone said that like there was a Hispanic woman that she worked in a kitchen with or something a while ago that like she had a jar and this woman was like in her 70s and she looked great and they were like she was like, oh, do you want to ask me about my jar? And no one ever said what it was, and I'm telling this like 4th hand, so I'm
So it's
really
very
fucking it
accurate.
up.
Yeah.
It's
Very
very
incredible.
yes.
Loosely
Yes,
based.
This is fact.
This is hearsay.
So yeah, so the cum
At
thing
this
is
point,
really
Wikipedia
not,
trip.
it's not real for me necessarily, but I did. Then there was this jar story, and I was like, well, maybe I should try it. I
I guess it depends on
I
who's
mean-
supplying it.
Yeah,
good.
my husband's really healthy. He's like,
that would make sense then.
Yeah.
So it's based off what they eat, their diet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Probably,
maybe.
right?
But I
It's
mean,
gotta
at
have
this
something
point,
to do with it.
So if they eat like onions and nasty stuff,
Probably
it's,
not
onions
good
are
for
very
the
good
skin.
for
Onions
you.
are healthy.
Yeah.
But are they good for your skin?
I love onions, but I know a lot of people just
There's
don't like onions.
Funyuns and there's onions.
Also, what an indictment of yourself, where it's like, so they eat nasty stuff like broccoli and onions. They're eating like
Don't get me
pizza,
started
drinking
on
whiskey.
that.
Eating that weirdo
Get
stuff.
Ew.
Some wings and some burgers.
Yeah.
That's good.
They're
some
eating
good
stuff that literally
moisturizer.
grows from the ground with a bunch of fucking
Yeah,
freaks.
Yeah, what Mother Nature made. Stay away from that shit.
Really, if someone
but
eats a lot of hand sanitizer, that'll probably.
Yeah, that would do it, right?
Onions are controversial. A lot of people don't like them, but
'cause
I
they're
feel
gross.
like really, Drew Davis.
Onions are awesome.
Onions
I'm
are awesome.
pro
Any
onion.
good
Yeah.
dish starts with garlic and onions. Like, just
Ooh.
put,
Well, that,
whatever.
Any
No,
good
well,
dish.
okay,
Every
not like a
good
Bowl
ice
of
cream
cereal,
flavor.
gotta have
Okay, not
onions
a
and
cake, but
garlic.
like if
Garlic
you're
and
cooking,
onions.
if you're like trying to make some dins, get some garlic and
So
onions going.
you know what really
you got,
rock?
You got a stew going.
So you know what really rocking this mint and chocolate chip ice cream?
Throw some
Some
onions.
onions and garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Let's fucking get that loaded up.
Keep the vampires away.
God! Oh my God!
You know, AJ, also, I've been hearing your name a lot around the scene. Have you been doing comedy here for a while? Did you move here, doing it in another town?
Oh, I just started my 1 year anniversary of doing stand up will be in May.
Oh, that's
Shit.
cool.
Nice.
So I'm new.
Congratulations.
I'm a new
1
kid
year
on the
anniversary,
block.
yeah.
But one of the things, like I think being older is I've had a whole like career in life, and so when I started doing comedy, I was like, oh, I really, really like this, and I want to get good at it. So
Right.
I hope you've been hearing mostly good things.
It's like, she sucks.
Yeah.
Don't put her on your show.
She's in pain. People so well to say nice.
Yeah.
She won't stop talking about cum and garlic.
Yeah.
I'm holding her out.
With jizz on her face.
Yeah, she's walking around with a cum mask.
What's wrong with her?
Yeah, so no, it's a newer thing, but I'm not necessarily new to performance. I grew up doing like community theater and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
yeah, okay.
so like
So what's
yeah.
been like? I asked this to one of the other comedians. What's like been your favorite thing since you started, or at least if you have a least, whichever one's more fun to answer. Like, what's a
Yeah.
highlight of a comedy, or maybe a low light?
Yeah. Ooh, I like this high low. Okay, let's start with the low because like we'll get the bound all the way and then get the. I think the low is it's like what I'm finding is it's like a little lonely. Just
Oh,
in,
yeah.
We're
like
a sad group
you know
of
like
people.
even
We're a sad
no,
race
but
of
more
people.
just like you meet great people and you make friends, but like if you want to get booked on, like some people are like a little close to the vest, like they don't want to necessarily help you out or like
Yeah.
you think they're gonna help you, whatever. So you definitely have to just like kind of really be kind to everyone and then just like also keep focused on what like if there's something I want, I'm gonna figure out how to go after
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
That's what's helped me a lot too. Is like, also it's like everyone thinks I'm way nicer than I actually am because it's like I
You
got
do
that.
have us
that
fooled.
Yeah, I got that Midwestern kind of thing where it's like anytime I
golly.
submit to like be on a show, that message is always like, "Hey bud, hey, no worries if not." That's like every start. Hey, no worries if not, but hey there, bud. It's just
Yeah.
like, you know,
They say not to do that with booking messages. I used to do that all the time. I was like,
I
no
never
pressure,
know.
but I'd love to have a spot. I mean, but if you're already full, that's totally. They say
I never
no, be
know
assertive.
what
Be
the-
like you're off. You're willing
Yeah.
to do them a
Yeah.
favor by gracing their show with your presence.
Yeah,
So, so now I proofread all my booking texts or emails, and I take out any time where I'm like, or not, like it's fine.
Yeah,
like,
don't worry about
it's-
it. But also at the same time, I never know. It's like because I like for Don't Tell Her sometimes like I've submitted through the website and then I like come up to Brad and Brad's like, "Why are you submitting on the website? Just shoot me a DM."
Yeah.
It's like I thought the DM was rude. I didn't know
No,
what
yeah,
the
it-
protocol
no,
was.
right,
for
it's
this.
like
If
figuring
you
out
know
all
the
those
person, if you
avenues.
know the person specifically, this is what I'm learning. Like, don't go through the websites because they'll likely get a ton and they ignore a lot of the websites.
Yeah.
But if you know the person specifically, shoot them a message and then in that first message be like, would you prefer me send you an email or would like you ask them,
That's
but
a
then
good idea.
basically, but they're always going to be like, oh no, like I know you, like come on.
Yeah.
So.
I will
Yeah,
say, like,
that's
for a
good.
year, like, into doing comedy, too, it seems like you're getting a lot of shows going on. It's very exciting.
Yeah,
It's,
I mean, like you have to put the work in, and like I've worked in enough places and had some cool things happen to me over my like career, my life that like, but I also know that like what that is really hard work. So anytime you see someone go on stage, like it is hard fucking work that you
Yeah.
know you have to put into it. And so I sort of have like a little bit of a plan in my head and like
Yeah.
in my journal of like what I want to do and just be better, be funnier, that kind of thing. So, but it's hard work, yeah.
It's tough. You know what makes me insane, though, is that because since I've been doing comedy for about 4 years now, And my dad, he's been like a musician for 40, and he's like, hey, my son is super into comedy. I'll give it a shot. So like back in Missoula, Montana, he did a comedy workshop with like the first scene I was with up there. So the moment he shows up, he's like, Randy Dollar, and they're like, oh, do you know John Dollar? So immediately he was already like in the scene. So that it was like 4 classes, and then they did a showcase.
Yeah.
It was the first time my dad ever did comedy. He did 15 minutes.
Wow.
First show he's ever done to 100 people at the Zootown Arts Community Center.
Yeah.
Was he
And
just talking shit about you the whole
Yeah,
time?
he actually promoted my Instagram. I never told him to do that.
That is so nice.
But what was
What a
insane
dad.
is that halfway through, like, because my brother recorded the whole thing, and like halfway through it, I almost started getting jealous of my dad because he was murdering the whole time. The first time he ever did it to 100 people, and he crushed.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
I'm almost getting upset.
You
It's like
40 years of being a musician, he's not too far off,
whatever.
man.
Yeah,
He's not
that's-
too far off.
Yeah,
You're in
it's
front
in
of
the same
people all the
ballpark,
time.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's
Uh,
cool.
a real good quick question.
Yeah.
Does your family think you're funny?
It's funny. My husband is like always so like quippy and like quick, but he could never get on. Like he saw me and he was like, I could never do that. But my kids are so proud of me. My son is 12. He's a 6th grader. My daughter is 8, and she's a 2nd grader. And my daughter's kind of like a bitch, but whatever, it's fine. I say this about her.
Most
She's
second
I would
graders
say
are-
sugar out of it, but probably not.
That's
she's
the
not
age.
going to. She scares the fuck out of
That's
me.
the age
Definitely
for it,
second
yeah.
graders.
But my son thinks it's like just the coolest thing, and he's super proud of me.
he's
And
all
he'll
about
tell
it.
his friends. He'll be like, "Oh, my mom's a
Yeah.
comedian." I'm like,
Hell yeah.
"Fuck yeah, I am, dude." So yeah, that's like the fun part is like I really
Can't
like
wait for you to
doing.
get all those middle school gigs. And do this kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I was like, "Tell us a joke."
Just a
And I'm
line
like,
of boners everywhere.
No, I'm not gonna tell you a joke.
I'm not a clean comic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't want to. But or like sometimes I like write my sets out like word for word a lot, and then I'll print it. And our printer is in like a central place in our house, and he'll like grab it off the printer, and I'm like arm wrestling him. I'm like, give me that fucking piece of paper.
Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I'm like,
You don't
that's
need to
not
read
for
that.
you. But I would say like just getting back to the question of like the low like and the high. The high thing I think has been like I've met some incredible people, and I think I can be a little jaded and getting to my age, and like I said, I've done a lot of stuff in all places, and I feel like I'm like, am I gonna meet more people that I would connect with? But like, hell yeah, like
Yeah.
I've
Find a
met
whole
some
community.
people
Yeah.
who I'm just like, whoa, you are just such a solid human, and like I want that energy, and I want to learn from you.
Even if you
so.
like never do a show with them or anything, you just hope to see them at a mic or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Just be like, this will
Fuck
make
yeah.
it worth it. Just seeing this dude.
Someone told me a few years ago that comedy is a business of relationships. It's from start to finish. Everything you do in comedy is all about connecting with people, with the
meet
audiences,
all
with the other comedians, with the bookers, with the whatever. And that's one of my favorite things too. Is like the people you meet, and then sometimes if you start like traveling and doing like comedy festivals and stuff like that. The same crazy people that are driving far to all those festivals, you end up seeing them at all the different
Yeah.
things, and so you do it. It really makes like a community. And stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and I treat it like a job, so I see like
Yeah.
like coworkers at open mic
Put
or
in the
whatever.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, AJ, we could talk
could
all
talk
night,
all day.
honestly.
All night.
But
I know.
but before we let you go, you got anything to promote? Any new shows coming up?
yeah, I am producing my first show.
Nice.
It's this Wednesday. It's in East Nashville at a little shop called Kinda Collected. A friend of mine owns the store. She was like, "Do you want to produce a comedy night?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So
Yeah.
I booked a few comedians, and I'm really excited. I hope to maybe do it somewhat regularly. We'll see how it goes. So that's Wednesday, and
Yeah.
then on the 18th, I'm hosting the Backyard Comedy Show on Thursday
Very
nights
cool,
with
yeah.
Backyard Comedy at Sunny's. That's a fun one.
That's fun.
That's a good room.
Yeah,
Good
so
show.
lots coming up. And yeah, thank you guys so much
All
for
right.
having me. It's
Thanks for
great.
being on
Oh,
the
yeah.
show. We appreciate it. AJ
Yeah.
Jacobs, everybody.
Great job.
And again, let's hear it for Dale J. Gordon.
Yeah, Dale.
Buck naked, day drinking in my boots, trying to rip your roots out of my mind. The feds will find you just like I left you. They'll be beating down my door any day. Gunpowder burns on my sleeve. It came down to you or me. Smell of your cheap vodka still on our sheets. Gunpowder burns where your smile used to be. emotions with you. Well, I got sick of splitting our backs in two. Gunpowder burns on my sleeve. When it came down to you or me, smell of your cheap vodka still on our sheets. Gunpowder burns where your toothless smile used to be. Gunpowder burns on my sleeve. When it came down to you or me, smell of your cheap vodka still on our sheets. Gunpowder burns where your smile used to be.
Everybody. All right, your next comic coming to the stage. Let's hear it for David Friedlander.
Hey! Did that work? Did that work? Not at all.
No.
I love to play with the space. Hello, YouTube. If your algorithm brought you here, get help. If you found this by searching my name into YouTube, hello, Mom. Also, get help. No, this is cool. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to get help if you need help. I was on a show recently where they were having a. I'm gonna give a little PSA. Yeah, it's okay to not be okay. I was on a show recently where they were having like a convention of mental health counselors at the same show, and I thought that was kind of weird, but also like maybe a good opportunity for me to find a therapist. So just like they could hear what I was saying on the mic. So the whole time during my set, I was just like, I need ketamine. Does anyone have, I have a very sleepy horse. I have restless horse syndrome. I need, any of you guys can prescribe ketamine? I'll settle for Vyvanse. I don't know. None of them are in my network, as it turns out. I did talk to some of them afterwards, and they were like, yeah, no, we're all pretty expensive. Not their words, mine. And one of them did say, however, if you'd like, you can have a grad student do your therapy for cheap or even free. I guess depending on how good their grades are. I don't know how that works. And I kind of like that. That's like that same thing you ever hear about, like, you can get your hair cut for free if you go to someone who's just in barber school. It's like that, but for your brain. I said, sign me up. I would hate to go outside with a bad haircut. I can be like a little bit crazy outside, and that's just fine by me. I gave blood yesterday. Yeah, I'm a hero. If any of you guys are looking at me and thinking like he doesn't look like he has all his blood, you are correct. I'm a little short. It's weird giving blood because they make you fill out this really long questionnaire before, and like 90 of the 100 questions are, do you have AIDS? They're just like, do you have AIDS? Are you sure you don't have AIDS? Would you tell me the truth if you had AIDS? Like, I don't know who's going to Red Cross and, like, tricking them. Just, like, spending all the time in the chair doing that and just like, I was just doing this for the apple juice. You got AIDS blood. Not me. I don't got it. I gave my blood. And then after I gave blood, they were bandaging me up. They're like, leave that bandage on for 2 hours and don't drink for 24 hours. No alcohol. Where was that in the huge questionnaire? They asked me if I had AIDS 90 times. Never once did they ask me if I had plans tonight. She was like, no alcohol for 24 hours. I said, or I'll die? She said, what? And I said, like, will I die, or is it just like, be careful out there, kid? She said, be careful out there, kid. And I did, and I had a great time. My BAC was leaning a lot more A than B. Really efficient. You guys heard the term work wife? Any of you guys have jobs? I've heard it, yeah. I'm not. I don't love the term because I work with mostly men. So like now I don't have a work wife or just like a real wife, and I feel like 2 times a loser. If anything, I'm just like unhappily gay married to Joe in the cubicle next to mine. Like we both hate each other, but we can't afford to split. It's rough. Yeah, down with capitalism. I don't know, or whatever the vibe of this place is. I did a coworker of mine. Their mother passed recently, and before you feel sad about that, the coworker in question is 66. So it's just it becomes about time. I mean, not that there's a right time, but also if you're 66 and a parent dies, you were braced for that, hopefully. We got her a card. We got her a card. Everyone in the office got a card. On the outside, it says, "May the days ahead bring you comfort and peace." And then we opened it up, and you were supposed to come by and sign it. I made the mistake of coming way too late. So everyone had already signed it. They'd taken all the cliches, thoughts and prayers, thinking about you, sorry for your loss. I was left with like nothing to write. I wrote, "May the days ahead bring you comfort and peace." Just the outside of the card on the inside of the card. I hope she likes that. I'm from Alabama. And yeah. Not really a cheer. He just said Bama real quick. Honestly, one of the better reactions. A lot of people in Tennessee are mean to us. That's weird. Which is weird because you guys are like right next door. You guys are like, "You fuck your cousins." It's like, you are our cousins. We fuck each other, Tennessee. I love you, Tennessee. No, it's weird. I still get campaign like text messages from Alabama because I used to vote there. A futile effort if you have my political ideologies. But I got an attack ad from someone's campaign that was like, "Hey, don't vote for this other candidate for the Alabama Supreme Court. He went to the same liberal Massachusetts college that Obama went to." And I Googled it because I don't know that much about Obama. I think he was like a president or something. Folks, the college they're referring to is Harvard. That's an Alabama attack ad. They're like, "Do you want some liberal moron from Harvard? Or do you want a good old boy from University of Alabama? Roll Tide." Guys, that's on my set. Thank you for having me.
David Friedlander, everybody. Well, buddy, I know you just gave blood, but do you want to do a shot of Kentucky bourbon?
Do I have to make Drew do one if I do another one? That's kind of why I wanted to do it. But I will take a shot.
Everybody just wants to take a shot with Drew.
Yeah, Drew, come on.
Yeah, no,
let's have fun.
One's enough.
I've just been doing like tiny ones the whole time.
I actually filled like a massive one and then gave it to AJ and I kept like a smaller one. I was like, "Oh, that's too much."
Very chivalrous of you. Just like, "I can't handle this. Let's give it to the petite blonde."
And I was like, the viewers like, "Did he just pass a drink?" Anyway, if we get any hate comments on that, it's fine.
Well, first of all,
cheers.
saloon, buddy.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Not a real city.
I know.
Based off of Mobile, Alabama, which is where I'm from. Shout out to the 251. Hey.
Ooh, Mobile.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
I got to say the bit you had about like the 66-year-old coworker talking about their mom died. First of all, it reminded me of that line from Talladega Nights, where it's like 2 guys talking in a bar, and one of them's like, "Yeah, my grandma's turning 88 next week. I don't know what to get her." And his friend's like, "A coffin."
Yeah. Good gift.
But also, like what you said about, may the next days bring you peace and comfort. If you put that in a note for my dad when his dad died, he'd be like, "Oh, they will. They'll bring a lot of peace and comfort."
He was done with his old man.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Like, I tried to do a bit about it. Everyone always got weird about it. It was like, "Well, my grandpa died," and everyone would go, "Oh," it's like, "No, fuck that guy."
Yeah. on a scale of 0 to 4, how alive are y'all's grandparents?
Oh, I
0.
Zero.
my
Zero.
biological parents are all dead. I'm just
Hell
straight up orphan.
Wow,
Let's hear it for dead parents.
Dead parents.
Hey.
Nothing lasts forever, folks.
Like or comment if your parents are dead too.
Smash that like button if you got no grandparents.
Be sure to hit that bell to get more notifications on how your parents are gonna die.
Grammy did it.
Wow, what a
Dead
somber
grandparents.
fucking note.
What were we talking about?
What?
Forrest
What?
Gump, I
What
believe
was
so.
that?
Yeah, his
Something
grandparents
a little
were dead
lighter.
as well.
Yeah, everyone he knows.
I think his
died.
dad was on vacation.
Well, what's funny too is like I never met my mom's dad, who by all accounts I've heard is a wonderful man, and I met my dad's dad, who sucked. He like there was a time we went down to New Mexico to hang out. We were like forced to go see him because it's like he's a grandfather. I don't know what was going on, but like he was like.
So you as the kids were forced, or did your parents go with you?
My dad went with me.
Okay.
My mom refused because
She said,
my,
"Fuck that old bastard."
She's like, I didn't marry that.
listen, when my mom waited like at least 2.5 years to marry my dad because she met the rest of his family and most of them were nuts, and he's like, maybe he's just better at hiding it. But she gave
Right.
enough time to be like, okay, he might be the only sane one here. But yeah, we went down there and my grandpa kept insisting. He's like, let's go hang out at Chaco Canyon because he had no plans. He didn't want to see his grandkids or anything. So like we went down to like the Chaco Canyon or something. We kept driving looking for it. And at one point we asked these people, it's like, hey, you know what? We're trying to find Chaco Canyon. You know where it is? It's like, oh, it's about another 8 miles. And my grandpa's like, you know, I always said last time I came here, I'd never come back. And my dad was like, well, then why did you suggest it? This was your plan.
Grandpa's big plan.
Grandpa's big plan. That was the same time. That was the same time. Not only did we meet my uncle, but we found out my dad had a brother. Like,
Yeah.
Was
That's a
he
big
finding
trip
out at the
for
same
you all.
time?
no, he knew.
Oh,
of course
he
he
knew?
knew.
Okay.
Like,
It's his
Within-
first time too.
within 20 minutes, my dad's like, kids, first of all, I have a brother. Secondly, you're about to meet him. We're like, oh, shit.
Damn.
Which
That's
is
just
not
like
a...
meet some guy.
Yeah, here's this
Here's an
dude.
adult stranger, children.
Yeah, because your dad knows exactly as much about him as you guys do, I assume.
He knew enough about Craig to be like, let's not tell the kids about Craig. Then we went down there.
So
it's like,
was there anything wrong with him? What?
everything is wrong with her. The fact that he's still alive is a medical mystery.
It's hate. It's like the fueled Satanism.
Yeah.
Just,
It'll hold it together for a little while.
But also, I've been dominating the conversation too much. David, who in your family do you hate?
All right, well, listen, some of you guys have had it coming for a long time. Dad,
You pull out a
stop
list.
pitching me comedy bits. I'm sorry, but they just don't hold water.
Does your dad pitch you bits?
And my dad does pitch me
Oh,
bits.
give us
a taste.
They're all
Mr. Friedlander,
bad
send in your
enough.
best bits right now.
No.
Drop them in the comments. David will make a routine about it for our
Yeah.
next Deliciously Nothing episode.
There it
It'll be
is.
great.
They're always just like, wow, I wish my father hadn't said that. That's great. He's a great banjo player. That's.
Oh, I play the banjo.
You play the
What?
I play the
banjo?
banjo. Am I your dad?
Are you?
You look old enough to be.
I
his
could
dad.
be.
We're
Yeah.
the same age.
We're the same age, but I
Maybe in
could
this
be your
timeline.
father.
Just saying.
Your banjo
Time
playing
traveler.
father.
Have you time traveled
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
1994? Stay away from my mom.
Yeah.
You know what? I was born in '96, so I think that's a cutoff for me.
I'm older than John Dower. Wow.
There we go.
That's
Saw
an
the come on
accomplishment.
my face.
Yeah.
Call that.
Because whoever was doing the coming was eating all those onions and
Yeah, all the
garlic,
onions and
so-
garlic.
I want to be on Team Onion. Just I want to put that on the record.
Yeah,
Team
we got an
Onion
onion
all
guy
the
over
way.
here. A
That's
blooming
pretty-
onion.
That's disgusting. You all should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, David, buddy, you got anything to promote? Any shows that are coming up?
I mean, follow me on Instagram at Friedlander.
Can
Do
you,
you
can you say that again?
DAFRIEDLANDER on Instagram.
That's
I
a hard
post
one.
about the
D.A.
shows I'm
Friedlander.
on. Yeah,
Friedlander.
It is spelled Friedlander. They
Friedlander.
spelled it wrong at LSI when they fucked up there. I'm going to be at Cameron Shepherd Show on Third Coast,
Oh,
April
all right.
5th.
Hey,
Dive
nice.
Motel, April 11th. Good People Lounge in Clarksville, April. And I know follow that Instagram.
If you follow him on Instagram, you'll know
You'll
the
know,
exact
yeah.
dates
You'll know
of
the
the shows
dates.
he's
We're
Take
not
your time.
spoon feeding you comedy. You gotta do
Yeah.
some work.
Put
Fred,
in
all
the
right?
lever. You're already on YouTube. You're online. Switch apps.
Just open a new tab. Pull your phone out. This is on your-
Their phone's down. They're on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Young
They're
people
jacking
watch
off
these.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I see you.
Stop
All this-
pranking your
all this
hog for 1 minute
4,000
and follow me on
right here.
Instagram, and then keep jacking off because I've got some good pics on there.
You don't need
Oh.
porn, you just need this.
You know,
right
you
here.
really do need more headshots on you. I had you on a show, and
I
I
just-
had
it's
to
all
ski-
posters,
I had to
yeah,
go down
no.
all the way to find like some 12-year-old picture of you.
I'm shy.
Well, David, buddy, it's been great having you on. Thanks for coming on
Yeah.
the show here one more time. Once again, Dale J. Gordon.
Yeah, Dale.
Thank you, man.
Give it up for all the comics that have performed tonight. Everybody's real cool. I'm friends with a lot of comics. I do a lot of shows with comedians, and sometimes they are the most stale, humorless sons of bitches you've ever met in your life, off stage, you know what I mean? Funniest guy in the world. I went up to him one time after a show, and I was like, man, that bit was really great where you talked about having sex with your grandma's colonoscopy bag, and he was just like, okay, thank you. Okay. Are you done talking to me yet? You know, that feeling, you know? It's just funny how you could be hilarious on stage and then just be like flat. Technology's found its way into the heart of America. My God, West Virginia's got broken down computers floating in the West Fork River. One hell of a mixture between the new age and the rural. Good old boy can grow up hunting squirrels and marry a damn Jersey girl. That's living in the Appalachian Valley. Always sticking close to the family. Law might give you the okay to marry your cousin. What feels good in the woods don't carry to heaven. Daddy gave his life to the coal mines. I remember his hands are always rough and tough like rocks. Mama smokes like a damn freight train, and your trashy brother's always trying to borrow your things. He says his kids, they started drinking, and they learned it from your kids. That's living in the Appalachian Valley. Always sticking close to the family. Law might give us the okay to marry our cousins. What feels good, words don't carry to heaven. What feels good, words don't carry to heaven. Busy down here with all your new fancy-ass inventions. You can still find some of us, though, from time to time. Getting drunk, sitting on the back porch, getting drunk in the sunshine. Now you can call us crazy for believing that BSing in the boondocks is sent from above. You can take back your cell phone, Instagram, and Facebook now, because we're having fun. That's living in the Appalachian Valley. Always sticking close to the family. All might give us the okay to marry our cousins. What feels good in the woods don't go to heaven. What feels good in the woods don't go to heaven. There we go. What feels good in the woods don't go to heaven.
Let's hear it for Owen Hunt.
Yeah, get it on.
All right, thank you guys, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's amazing to be here and on the set where they faked the moon landing. Right? I think it was Kubrick's second best film. No, I was thinking the JFK assassination. You walked right into that one. I'm sorry. No, it's cool. It's neat. We're found the lair of the lizards. Everybody, we're here. We finally made it. Where they shot the moon landing. You think they've ever humped a stool on the moon? What do you guys think? All right, that's a bit of an inside joke. Joe Rogan, I know you're watching this show. Stop humping stools, man. It's a cry for help. Okay, we're kidding. No, we're in the basement of the Grand Ole Opry, coming live. We're gonna start sacrificing a goat after the next break. Got one in my truck. We're gonna get a little wild. Illuminati, baby, let's go. There's a cockroach. I'm not joking, that's for real. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. No, I'm really, he got him. That's the first time a cockroach has ever died during my set. I feel like that's a big milestone for my comedy career. We all saw it. We peaked. We peaked together. So thank you guys for that. No, I'm really happy to be here. I almost didn't make it because I had a freak penis pump accident. Yeah, it was scary. I had to stop by the emergency room, but they were able to remove the pump from my ass. So, good news. Yeah. And on the way over here, I was hanging out with a lady. We're driving. She's like, hey, how about some Roadhead? I mean, what would you say? I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer. I'm like, hell yes, finally. I'm like, hey, you hold the wheel, and I'm going to get this thing going. Here we go. All right, brand new joke. Fucking, it bombed. It's okay. I love being in the South. It's great to be here in Nashville. I love being in the South. I'm from the South. I'm not proud to be from the South, but whatever. One thing is we're polite, right? Would you agree? Like I don't honk my horn in traffic. You know, on the way here while I was giving Roadhead, somebody cut us off. If you can believe that. But I didn't lay on the horn like some fucking psycho, okay? Took a deep breath. I centered myself. And I shot that motherfucker. That's how you gotta do it. Nobody's making me late to Deliciously Nothing podcast, okay? I gotta make the group photo. Gonna live in infamy, baby. I just found out I'm a sapiosexual. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, I'm not attracted to you. So, I'm very fortunate. You're safe. Sapiosexual actually is someone who is attracted to someone of a certain intellect, so smart people, you know. So it's really just a fancy way to say that I'm single. I do that. I want to meet somebody who's, you know, set between the ears. Somebody who will talk nerdy to me, text me in all complete sentences. Somebody who knows how to spell chlamydia. If you can spell it, I won't be mad if you give it to me. Seems fair, right? You're right. That was a joke. I'll be fucking pissed. I'll be fucking doing some crazy shit. Yeah, but I've been trying to date. I have. It's expensive. I don't know how people can afford to date. Today I took myself for a turkey sandwich. Out the door, no side, $17. And I had to make it for myself in my kitchen. I still had to tip 20%, you know, fucking bastards. But no, I'm like, I can't afford Netflix. I'm like, hey, baby, you want to come over Tubi and chill? What do you say? We can get a little bit closer during the commercials, you know. We'll make it a whole thing. It'll be fun. But I'm the child of a broken home. Anybody else here? I assume the whole room, probably. I don't mean to assume, but it just, why else would we be here on a Saturday night if we weren't damaged in some way? Still haven't made the sound guy laugh, but I'm working on it. That's my one goal. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. But I grew up poor. We caught a little glimpse into middle class right about the time my parents split up. And that's when I learned that middle class is poor. With more shit. That's all it is. Just more things in the way. But my parents split up because my mom found porn on the family computer. Yeah. We shared one back in those days. If you wanted to watch porn, you had to do it as a family. But my mom told my dad, she said, if I find out you've been watching pornography, I'm out of here, buddy. And I was 14, so I was Googling all the titties, you know, all of them. And one day, my mom came to me and she said, son, have you been watching adult videos on the family computer? And it was a real moment of truth for me because I had to do the right thing. Because my parents, they didn't belong together. My dad was a Ford F-150, and my mom was a Coexist bumper sticker. Thank you. They didn't belong, they had no business being together, you know? And so I had to do the right thing in that moment. I looked my mom dead square in the eyes, and I said, no, ma'am. Must have been Dad. And she goes, I just don't understand why your father would be watching gay porn. Well, guys, that wasn't me or my dad. That was my sister. But you know what? We did get 2 Christmases that year. So, thank you guys so much for having me here. I appreciate it.
Owen Hunt, everybody. Grab a seat with us, bud. Come on over. Hey,
Grow up.
First of all, I got to say, it brought back memories of when I was younger. We had a family, just like the one family computer, and it was in the living room. I'd wait until the middle of the night and go up there and start Googling. It's like big, yummy boobies. Something dumb like that. And I remember one time, because like my dad, he never slept well. So it was always a gambit. And I was shirtless. I was brazen tonight. So I was shirtless, wearing just gym shorts. And I was sitting there Googling big, yummy boobies. And I hear the door open from my parents' bedroom. And immediately it's like, fuck. It's like too late because my bedroom was going to be across this field of vision. So I just went into the corner in between the desk. And I'm just hiding there, just shirtless. And I hear my dad walk past. And I hear him stop, and it's like, like the noise disappears, and it's like maybe he left, maybe he didn't notice, and I just hear, "What's going on, son?" I was like, "I know, I'm trying to fix the cables." Yeah, okay.
With my pecker.
I work better without a shirt. You know?
Exactly.
You wanted to do that naked? What's going on with you?
Dude.
Is that not how you fix the
For
cable?
years I had dial-up, man. So if you wanted to jerk off, you had to go.
It was a commitment.
Yes. You had to make sure the water was hot, you know?
Yeah.
You had to, you set your download, and then it's 30 minutes before you're going to get your 10-second clip.
You had to
Rough time.
pre-plan your...
Rough time.
Does anyone online have a getting caught with porn story? Please drop those in the comments. Like,
yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll
Hit that
read 'em.
bell,
Yeah.
and we'll show you porn of us.
Right.
Deliciously Nothing posts a new video, and you're like, "Oh, sweet, another
That's
podcast." Oh, fuck.
You gotta subscribe to Patreon.
Our spin-off, Deliciously Something.
Deliciously. It's actually just going to be delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's going to be something.
Speaking of delicious, Owen, how we doing, man? This is your first time to Nashville
Firsty.
for comedy.
I'm having
Firsty.
fun. Yeah, it's very cool. I love Nashville. It's been a lot of fun. I got some friends that live here, so I got to catch up with a buddy of mine that I went to college with and kick it. And yeah, we've been having a lot of fun, and I'm just happy to be here doing some comedy.
So how far did you travel down?
I'm from Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
So it's about 5 hours
It's
from
so
here.
much
Nice.
further than I feel like it should be.
Yeah.
Seems like it. It's
Yeah.
only an hour from Atlanta. It's pretty close to
doesn't-
Greenville. You
That's not
know,
too bad.
Chattanooga's not far. Asheville. But
That's
yeah.
what's nice about this town too. You're kind of in a hub
Yep.
where there's a bunch of cities that are
Radius.
just a couple hours away.
Yeah,
Like Louisville, Kentucky, if we want to do the club up there, it's only
like
2.5
2
hours.
hours.
And what's nice is that if you want to come back that same night, you get an hour back because
Yeah.
of the time zone change.
that is nice.
So it's like we tell ourselves it's only a 1 hour drive.
It's only like an hour and a half.
That's how portals work.
I
man,
just
you know?
what I appreciate about Owen. He was on. So his Nashville comedy experience so far has been. He was at Twin Kegs last night, and he's at Deliciously Nothing tonight. And I can't wait for him to be like, man, they do comedy so differently. All scenes, all indie shows. I don't think they even have stages. They just go to basements and they do comedy. It's
I
great.
respect it, man. I mean, that's what I mostly have just produced a lot of shows, and it's like you have to just take initiative. You have to take the onus on yourself.
Right.
You know, you can either just sit around and wait to get booked or make something happen.
Yeah.
So like, let's
Yeah.
work together.
It's like there's no harm in asking or submitting. Like people will ask me, it's like, dude, you've been doing it for a few years. You're getting all these shows. It's like, yeah, because I have like an email format and I just shoot to
Hey, bud.
everybody. Hey, what? You got a guest spot? Hey, I'm not an asshole. I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless that's what you want, then man, let
Do
me
you
be.
want an asshole? I can do that.
Oh,
Easy.
I'll be an asshole.
Easy.
Hell yeah.
I gotta say, something else about your set. I'm also very much into conspiracies. I love all that kind of stuff. But for some reason, I don't even really know why. But whenever somebody says the moon landing was faked, it's like, you shut your commie mouth.
That's where he draws the line.
I'm super into like all the stuff. It's like, yeah, you know, the feds. It's all like the elite, all that kind of stuff. But
That
it's
was
like, we
the
didn't land on the moon. It's like, you shut the fuck up.
That was the start of it all, man.
Yeah, man.
That 9/11, everyone. That's kind of the highway.
Well, 9/11 was like clearly. Clear. I won't get into it. I mean, come on.
But I mean, you know, Deliciously Nothing.
Jesus,
Like,
I mean, come on.
Y'all heard me rant over and over the same shit.
But it's just something, I don't know, it's just something about like, we didn't land on the moon. It's like, we fucking did.
Didn't they go back recently too?
They've been there like 11 times. Or
Okay,
something.
sure.
Or they just replay the video.
I mean, I don't
you
know. I don't believe
know.
anything about the world. I'll just be honest with you guys. Nobody can tell me
Oh,
what
me
reality
neither.
is, so I fucking
I
it's
don't know
mashed
shit.
potatoes as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned, dude. I can't
It's
tell
all
what's
simulation.
going on.
All I know
I
is
think that's the best plausible.
At this point, it almost would be a
011,
relief. Oh, this isn't real?
011.
Okay, cool, good. Otherwise, it would have been really bad.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I was at a party once and my buddy, he was like
is
baked
hilarious.
out of his mind. Yeah, that is hilarious that I was at a party. Fuck you, Drew.
Somebody invited John Dollar to a party.
I was at a
Those
party.
words,
That's
like,
already
left before
funny.
I couldn't get the words back as soon as I said them. I was like, well,
This is the
you're at
first.
a party.
This is the first time you've made me laugh. No, but
start somewhere.
I was at a party. I was talking to my bud, and he was telling me about like simulation theory, and he's just like, "But the weird thing about it is that we can never prove if it's real or false." And it's like, "Well, then why are we talking about it? You just wasted my time for 20 minutes around a bonfire. We should be having a great time,
Right.
but you just bothered me the
I,
whole time."
I got a job offer one time. So simulation theory, but there's also creationist simulation theory, where it's like Christians who believe in simulation theory. And that's all part of God's plan. And so from a Christian perspective, if you believe this, like anytime Jesus does a miracle, they're like, that's him breaking the simulation. And so like I didn't know this was a thing that existed. And then like because of freelance writing and theology stuff, they reached out to me like, would you be interested in writing on our blog? In hindsight, what I should have said was yes. Like
Yeah,
that would have been
Oh,
such,
material.
that would have, oh my God.
I got a
Please
great
let me write
Bigfoot
about
article for
Right.
you. You're gonna love this one.
But I remember responding like, no, I can't write because I don't really believe in this. And then they responded like, it's okay, neither do we. That's the point. Like you're great for what we're doing.
Like Christian simulation theory just sounds like you're just adding extra
Yeah,
layers
and
on
now we're
already
gonna
being a
go
Christian.
full. That's going full blown.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
God
know.
created
Wow,
the universe,
retarded.
but also the universe is simulation. But there's still a God, and there's still a universe, and He also created it. It's like just be a Christian at that point. Like,
Yeah.
just cut out the middleman. Just get to the meat
Speaking
of it.
of Christians, Owen,
Yeah.
what's just the best comedy experience you've ever had? Best show? Or did you ever get like a really, really
we are,
hot
baby.
woman?
We're
and-
right here.
This is it.
This is it. We have reached the mountaintop, people.
The
I told
Mecca.
you. Cockroach. During my set. Fuck it. I love it.
Don't forget Little Caesars in Kentucky.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, dude.
Kentucky bourbon.
Kentucky bourbon. And
We have
Tennessee.
everything
I
here.
haven't touched the bourbon, but I shoved a
Uh,
bunch of pizza
We
up
saved
my
you
ass,
the
so
entire
we're
bottle.
good.
Did we ask you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
No, thank
Chug,
you.
chug, chug. Get alcohol poisoning. Chug the whole thing.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I think my probation officer is probably going to be watching.
He's not going to be
He's a big
thrilled
fan
about
of
this.
DN.
yeah, yeah.
Mr. Probation Officer Owen Hunt has not only been a great member of society, in fact, his probation should be lowered. to
Revoked
whatever it
even,
is.
honestly. I
In
think
fact,
it's-
he wasn't.
yeah.
He was acquitted of the charges. You asshole.
They've been expunged by the
Jedi mind
Reverend.
trick. Let's do it.
Well, and buddy, before we let you go, you got anything to promote? Any upcoming shows? Anything fun?
Yeah, definitely. Please check out Athens Comedy. I run the Instagram page and the calendar there. Do a lot of shows in Athens. We have a burgeoning community there. It's really fun. Come through. Love to extend the invite for Nashville. I know it's a bit of a drive, but probably can hook up a couple shows. Check that out. And then I'm on Instagram also. Bootsy Greenwood. That's my stripper name.
Nice.
Great
Yeah.
content.
Nice.
You guys are
Great
looking for fun later. Hit me up.
Will do.
And
Will do.
yeah, I'm doing New Orleans the 5th and 6th. I'll be in San Antonio the 8th and 9th. I'll
Damn.
be in Austin the 11th or something like that.
Those
And
are
then I'll be in
top-
Panama City the 12th and 13th.
Those are all
Hell
the
yeah,
places
buddy.
that our viewers
I'm
from,
going
so
to
you were-
do some comedy to people.
That's great
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great.
Thank you guys so much for having
Fucking
me.
hey,
Thanks for
man.
being on the
Please
show.
come back.
Let's hear it for Owen Hunt one more time. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Dale J. Gordon.
Yeah, Dale.
Many different ladies call me many different things. Loser and lazy, just a few of my nicknames. They call for twos on me, their virtue and morality. Sinner and sneaky, symptoms of deviltry, they say. Said I must confess that miss my hero back home. Many different ladies call losing lazy. The blonde, the brunette, the brunette who died of her so wrong. The suburban Buddhist with her yoga and her meditation. Christian punk rock metal girl, silk swinging shitty tattoos. I mean, there's good tattoos and there's bad tattoos, but this girl, she had like all these drawings on her, like somebody used her for a sketch pad, and I saw all these Japanese characters on her arm, and I was like, well, what's that? And she's like, well, that's my next door neighbor's dog's name in Japanese characters. And I was like, oh, that's fucking original. Said I'm a two-time demon that the good Lord will remove. Well, you know, I got feelings too. Yes, it's my hero back home. It's my hero way back home. Yes, it's hard to tell the difference between privilege and tradition these days. These days. Yes, it's hard to tell the difference between privilege and tradition these days.
Coming to the stage, let's hear it for Oliver McPeak.
Yeah, Oliver.
Hey.
Ow! How we doing? Deliciously nothing. Ow! All right, guys. I need an honest poll over here. Who here, and be very realistically honest with me, who here has eaten ass? No. You see how you've eaten ass. You see, that's one person. When did eating ass stop being cool? When did it ever get cool? No, it was cool for a second there. Everybody was talking about it. Don't act like eating ass was not cool. We all know that there's someone out there who's like, eating ass is cool. And there's a good time, like in between like 2016 and 2020. Like, I know that was a thing. Come on, you guys got to be honest with me. That was a thing. 4 years. But you know, like it's not a thing anymore. You know what is a thing though? Jacking off while driving. I swear to God, who here's done that before? John Dollar's done that before, and this guy's done it before too. And he's a double threat, by the way. Eating ass.
I do believe this guy.
Shit, man, I'm on the same side. I've eaten ass and I've jacked off while driving. You know, whatever. It's a thing. It's a culture. You know, come on. I'm just gonna tell you guys, if you're driving from Chattanooga to Nashville, just be careful on Mount Eagle, because I'd be whacking on the road there. How are we doing, guys? That's also like the most dangerous road in America, which is even more fun. But I live on the edge. Okay, come on, guys. How are we doing? Guys, I was thinking about like starting a vow of silence. Yeah, I know, right? As a comedian, that's already kind of goofy. But like, I don't think I'd do it right. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'd like try to break the rules a little bit. Like, I'd like mime stuff to people, and like I'd kind of like still be communicating. But I like the idea of somebody being like, hey. Like, or no, not like, hey. He's like, hey, please, I need your help. I need you to call an ambulance. And I'm like doing charades. I'm like, and they're like, what the hell, man? Just call an ambulance. And I'm like, I can't talk right now. All right, how are we doing, guys? Guys, I just got a VR headset. That's kind of fun, right? I got a VR headset, and I was looking up this stuff because like I was getting like headaches from it, and like, you know, like weird like focusing issues with my eyes. It was like weird side effects, and I had to look up to see if that was like a common thing, and it is. There's common side effects like that, you know. But they didn't mention how often I'd get pink eye while wearing this thing while taking a shit. You know what I mean? I get pink eye all the time from this. I don't know why. I don't know. That's just my life. Since I got this VR headset, like all my friends have been telling me to watch like VR porn, and I can't like realistically do that. That's like fucking my Xbox. You know what I mean? I just share it with my friends. You know, I can't like give my friends cum goggles. You know what I mean? It's not cool. But I can't like I don't know. I already have like screen addiction. Like earlier my phone died and I just like fell asleep, you know, lights out, you know what I mean? There's the sun's gone. I don't know. There's like a ton of weird games for VR right now. There's like a relaxation game, which is kind of counterintuitive, you know, like how can I relax with like a screen 2 centimeters away from my eyeballs, you know? I don't think that could work for me. I don't know. Here I got one last VR joke. There's like a VR game for like it's like VR and Frank. I know, kind of weird, right? You get to like be and Frank. You get to like hang out where Anne Frank hangs out, you know. Her cool space, you know. It's kind of like Call of Duty, you know. I don't know. Shit, guys. How are we doing? Woo! Guys, have you guys ever heard of Evelyn Hale? No? She's a lady that like died in the 70s in like a really weird way, like a really aesthetically beautiful way. Like that's how people put it. Like so the first thing that somebody did when they saw her is they took a picture of her because she was like beautiful. I don't know, it was weird, but it like glamorized death for that time, and it made me think like, man, when I die, I want to die in like a really sexy way. No, like I want to die with like my ass up or something, or with like a thong on, you know, really showing it off, or with like my dick out. I don't know. But like, yeah, just made me think. Like, I want to leave behind like a beautiful corpse. You know what I mean? I want like somebody to open my casket during my funeral, and like they're like, "Damn, Oliver looks beautiful." And, like, why does his tits look amazing? Like that's insane. He looks great. I don't know. Who do you guys? Who's your guys' top 10? Top number 1. Most sexy death of all time. Come on. Don't be weird. I'll tell you the real number 1. It's Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? We all have that that memory of like gazing up at that beautiful man. You know, he's like, am I a Molly? I don't know. When I look at Jesus, I am. I'm like, fuck, look at that guy. Come on. Who here's into Jesus? Anybody? You are? Is he like your type or something, you know? Yeah. Jesus puts it down is all I'm saying. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Woo.
Oliver McPeak, everybody. Hey, come dig a seat, buddy.
Throw it up.
And also, first of all, Jesus is everybody's type.
Oh, yeah.
All right, amen.
Amen.
Happy
buddy.
Easter.
Happy Easter.
I also got to say, is the actual drive to like Nashville and Chattanooga and back, is that actually the dangerous fucking...
I swear I've heard that before.
Off during it.
Right.
Like, probably, like,
If you're
normally
you gotta be
those hands, it's probably
you gotta
fine.
be like a good driver, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And you gotta know yourself, you know.
You gotta know your limits, right?
Yeah, man, it's all about moderation. I don't know.
It all depends on like how long you wanna edge, you know what I mean?
For 2 hours?
What are you thinking, man? I mean, like, what's your limit? Is all I'm saying.
I've never edged. I just jack off and get back to my
not
day.
2 hours.
Don't judge. All right.
I'm gonna judge a little bit.
We all have our missions.
You want a shot of Kentucky bourbon there?
I guess I will take a shot. Why not?
Yeah.
Get a little stinky. Get a little sneaky up in this.
Woo!
Hey.
Makes me wonder. He did raise a good question though. Hottest celebrity, like what would be a hot death? Like what would be the hot death to kill someone or be killed by?
I don't know. I always think of biblical celebrities. I don't know.
I feel like there's something else.
Yeah. They all have like a cool thing.
I don't know what it says about me, but when I heard hot death, the first thing I thought of was like Sharon Tate.
Okay.
But that's more of a hot murder than a hot death.
Yeah.
All right.
So a saloon.
Hot deaths and
Yeah, hot
Sharon
deaths
Tate.
and Sharon Tate. I'm sorry the CIA killed you.
Yeah.
Or at least covered it up. I don't know.
How
I'll
we
believe
feeling?
that.
Drinking
How we doing?
rocks.
How we doing, guys? Is that
How
your
we
thing?
doing?
Is that a nervous tick, or is that like gonna be your first album name?
I think it. I mean, it's slowly turning into it, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It can become my thing, or maybe you know.
I want it to become his thing. Every
I
time
don't-
he comes to the stage, when I see
How we
him at an
doing,
open, I
guys?
go, "How we doing, guys?" I do that all the time.
It's a really good way to
We're
like
gonna make it a
reset.
thing. We're
you
gonna make it
know?
a thing.
That didn't work. How's it going, everybody?
It is fucking hilarious to do a whole bit about VR and Frank, then be like, "How we doing, guys?" It's like, well, a lot worse now. That was the worst things I've ever heard.
I need to reframe, like, get rid of some of the fat on that joke, but
that's all my jokes. Where it's like, this could be.
At some
fucking-
point, if I trim the fat of my jokes, and there's no joke. Like,
Yeah, it's like, this is all fat.
yeah.
This is all grizzle.
I usually just try to like write as much fat as possible. possible and
Yeah.
just see how much of that works.
You know, in the Middle Ages, fatter women were considered like hot because they had money and stuff like that. So like, I like to
Fatter
think jokes,
jokes,
fatter
yeah.
jokes, probably into some cultures.
I don't know
are
why
right.
you
could
made
dig.
direct eye contact with me the
You
whole
look like a
time.
guy-
you look like
Fatter
a guy
women,
that-
John, are you paying attention? Fatter women.
John's the big girl bandit.
You write all
You
these.
clean up in the Middle
They
Ages.
used to be
That's all I'm
royalty.
saying.
You write all these
What happened?
like fat and feminine jokes. They're just so perfect.
Fat and feminine jokes.
Well, it was media did that. They did the whole '90s, like where they started putting twigs on magazines, and it made women feel like they had to be that way. You don't have to be that way.
Well, they're doing the same thing.
And then
to
now they're
us,
doing
too.
reverse that. They're like, fuck twigs, be fat as you want. It's like, no, we need to get a little bit, thin it out a little
There's got to
bit.
be a middle
It's gotta be like,
Yeah, middle
be,
ground.
be healthy.
Be
Eat in
healthy,
a way
but
that your body isn't
Not
suffering.
too healthy.
Have like just a natural expectation where it's like
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna have some fucking
Yeah.
pizza
You know
and
what's
brush
real-
a beer.
You know what's really
It's gonna
hot
be
is
okay.
a woman who values herself. Am I right, fellas?
How about that?
That's true.
How
That's
about that?
exactly right. Yeah.
A woman with self-esteem. Love
That would be
yourself.
awesome.
Other guys will love you.
We'd
Then.
like you to leave, Drew.
Sorry.
we all like a woman
What,
who's willing to
a bunch
step
of
on your
fellas in a
balls.
basement on a Saturday night don't want to
Oh,
talk
I'm
about.
sorry, that was gonna bomb here. The fuck? No, it's honestly, it's crazy though. It's like the expectations. It's weird now because like you see the people that the way they look in like movies, TV, anything like that, and there's something in you that's like maybe I could look like that. It's like no, that's their full time
Right.
job.
Just
is
to
to
look
learn
like-
these
just
lines
look like
and
that.
to look like
Yeah,
that.
if you had their schedule, maybe you could, but
Yeah.
it's like,
like Alexander Skarsgård who played the Northman. Like if you look, you can't even find his actual workout routine. It's just like he had 3 personal trainers or like a whole team around him. It's like we told him what to eat, what to do, and for 4 months he just
Yeah.
had no life. It's like, oh well, that's how you look like
they
that.
never
It's
talk about it,
impossible.
but that has to be so like terrible when you're
Yeah.
getting ready for a role. That has to be the worst.
Any comic that's done like I forgot the name of the guy, but he was on like New Girl, and then he did a movie with Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he talked about how he got into the best shape of his life doing that Tom Cruise movie, and once they stopped filming it, he was like, I can't wait to gain all this weight back. This has been a miserable experience.
Speaking of being in the best shape of your life, Oliver, tell us about comedy, man. What's rocking for you right now?
You know, just going out there and just whipping it out and just, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, what are we gonna do
throwing
about
down, you
this?
know.
Yeah.
Put it all on the table and
Throw it
just,
out
you
there,
know.
throw it into the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, really.
Which jokes
shoot-
is not the right term that I want to
really dropping loads and fucking
Nice.
making work, you know.
So
Yeah.
I know I've asked this before, but are you a Nashville comedian that goes to Chattanooga all the time, or is it the other way around?
Right now, I'm Nashville comedian that goes to
Okay.
Chattanooga all the
I don't
time.
think I ever knew you were a Chattanooga comic or by.
That's where I
whatever.
started doing comedy for the
Oh,
first
cool.
time, and it was cool. Yeah. If you
So
ever
you
go to
drove
JJ's
out of
comedy-
your own city to go somewhere else.
I
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I like went to college in Chattanooga, so I have like some time there
I
for
love
sure.
their
Yeah,
scene there.
yeah, it's really
scene,
cool.
yeah.
JJ's Bohemia
town, too.
and the Comedy Catch, hit that shit up. It's fun.
Cool as hell.
Yeah.
Well, I remember doing like the Comedy Catch. We did the same open mic down there at the Comedy Catch.
Yeah,
We
that
had
was
about
a-
like 45 people show up for that.
That
too.
was a
It
great
amazing.
night. Yeah.
That's a good mic because that is one out of the open mics at comedy clubs I've done for the past 10 years. That is one of 3 where the booker is actually at the open mic and books
yeah.
you from the
Yeah,
open
he
mic.
knows what's going on.
Yeah, like-
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Andrew
into the
Ledbetter.
trenches.
No, well, it's Danielle, so she, but like Andrew.
Oh,
also,
is that for
Andrew-
like a showcase or something?
Yeah, no, like if you go on Wednesday, the person who actually booked for the weekend, she's there watching. Andrew's the one who coordinates it all. But like most comedy club open mics, like you go there with the hope of getting booked, but no one who's booking is actually looking at it. And in fact, sometimes they like go out of their way to not be present because they don't want to deal with comedians.
A lot of
so.
times too, where it's like you go to like when you're first starting out, you're at an open mic, you don't know who you're meeting, and it's like it could be somebody that's like they've been doing it for years and they don't know a goddamn thing about comedy, or somebody that's just starting out. I remember when I did the Lakeside open mic when that still happened.
Yeah, that was a good room.
I went up there. It was a fun room. I went up there and I bombed like crazy, and I had no idea who Aaron Weber was. And Aaron Weber was sitting right front row watching me get sweaty and bomb like crazy. And I was leaving, and Aaron came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I can tell you're pretty new to this. Just keep it. I can tell that where you're going with that stuff. Just keep working it out. Like, it just like the usual things where it's like, oh,
We'll encourage you.
yeah, the encouragement where it's like, I can carry that for 4 months. It's like, that's it. And then I went home and I found him on Instagram. I was like, motherfucker, that's who I bombed in front of. Oh shit.
I have a joke, and I don't use him by name, but he's the comedian I'm talking about when I talk about. I was working at an open mic, and he was on before me, so he passed me. He's like, dude, just let him fall in love with you. Let him, like, tell him your story. Let him enjoy you as a person, and let him just fall in love with you.
Right.
And then I got up and I did 10 minutes of Fast and Furious jokes. And I'm pretty sure he's never said that to another comedian.
I really hope he loves Fast and Furious. Well, Oliver, buddy, before we let you go, I know we dominated it, but anything to promote? Any fun shows coming up? Anything to say?
Nothing right now, but I'm just happy to be here. I really like this show. And I'm glad to be back. Yeah, thank you so much.
We're happy to have you here, man. Thanks for coming on, crushing it.
Returning champ.
For Oliver and McPeak.
Yeah,
And ladies and gentlemen, one more time for his final song tonight. Let's hear it for the lovely Dale J. Gordon.
Thank you. Give it up for everybody that's gone before me. I don't know what it's like to love me, but I hear it's alright. If you don't mind an alcoholic in a good old-fashioned fight. Many ladies, many leashes tied around my neck. Try to make a better man of me by holding me back. Well, I'm sick of saying I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. When you see me speeding, stay the hell off the tracks. Well, I know your mom and pop warned you about us musician types. We kill more than we eat, like any creature of night. Creature of night. Midnight's where I've lived. All the time you dream about turning the beast into a decent human being. Midnight's where I've lived. All the time you dream about turning the beast into a decent human being. Decent human being. Well, I'll never know just how I look to a pretty thing like you. Being my bad self, baby, well, that's the best I can do. Why, they all cry, can't you stay good? You did okay for a day or two, then boom. Boom, here comes that demon Dale, all out of control. And I just don't recognize you anymore. Well, I know, baby, I know. I've tried to change, clean up my act, think pure thoughts, keep the evil out of my veins. Evil out of my veins. Midnight's where I've lived. All the time you dream about turning the beast into a decent human being. Midnight's where I've lived. All the time you dream about turning the beast into a decent human being. Decent human being. Midnight's where I've lived. All the time you've dreamed about turning the beast into a decent human being. Decent human being.
Everybody!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show, buddy.
Yeah,
We
you're
respect
killing
you
it,
and we
man.
love you. Thank you so
Love you
much.
guys.
I love you too, buddy. All right, everyone, your last comic coming to the stage, your big headliner. Let's hear it for KT Thompson.
Yeah, get it, KT!
Thank y'all for having me, man. Thank you. So I was gonna do a set, but tomorrow is Easter, so instead I'm gonna take this time to talk about Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, good.
Y'all should have seen y'all's face, man. Y'all should have seen y'all's face. You really should have. But I feel like white people who don't even have a black friend still know a Jamal, which made me think there's probably a lot, right? So I looked it up. 12,713 Jamals across the United States, which ain't a crazy amount, but you know, 12,713 divided by 50 is like pretty a lot. All these Jamals, and I know two things about all of them. One, they're all funny. It comes with the name, inherently. Two, they are not white. They are not. I even went to Instagram to do some research, right? Y'all, I found a black Connor before I found a white Jamal. What? All right. Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is very important. Even though there's not any white Jamals, I still don't appreciate whenever a white person is telling a story. It doesn't make me smile, and they use the name Jamal to indicate that the person was black. It doesn't make me feel like you're racist. I'll be honest, it doesn't. But it does kind of feel like a non-carbonated N-word. It ain't got the same pop to it, but I flat out know what you mean. Because there's not an overage of black Jamals. There's a shortage of white ones. And I want to know, why is that? Why is there a shortage of white Jamals? Is it like part of the white word of God? Or like part of the 10 Caucasian commandments? Thou shalt not name that baby Jamal? Because I'm going to do it. In the name of science, I'm going to adopt the white baby and name it Jamal. Just because I want to know what type of Mandela effect stuff is going to happen. Am I going to wake up to a whole new planet? Or am I going to wake up the next day and like, the baby's just black as hell anyway? The only Mandela change. I have to know. So, I'm going to do it. Get it. Sorry. This is important to the room. Get it. So, anyways.
I shouldn't have said anything, I guess.
No, I had to. It was talking to me. It was talking to me, bro. But even with the... He said, I live here. I'm headlining. You shut the fuck up. What is happening in here? So, anyways, even if it don't ruin the world, I do feel like it will fuck up an HR team's day. I can see them at the end of like a hiring event like, great job, guys. Now we only have to get these diversity hires out of the way, and we'll be good to go. Send me in the one with the best resume. Oh, this is the resume of a white man. Send me in Jamal Thompson. Nice to meet you, Jamal. Jamal, can we have a second? Sir, He is white. I can see that he's white. Well, this resume's impeccable. What do we do? Just interview him and don't call back. It's nothing we can do about it. It's out of our hands. This will be the first white Jamal that probably gets to say that word with the A on it, at least. I could see him like being in the middle of getting jumped and just pulling out his ID like a black card. It's not what it looks like. Give me that shit. Oh shit. My bad for jumping you. You my nigga. But it will work the opposite with the police. The police would pull over this Jamal and be like, license and registration, sir. I need backup. I have an imposter. Sir, get out of the car. Jamal, don't act aggressive. Get out of the car now. Yes, all Jamals are in danger with the police, period. All of them. I feel like the list of Jamals that have called the police is shorter than the list of white Jamals. They might get the murderer. You can't take that chance. And I know there's only one bad apple per police station, but there's 17,985 police stations. That's 17,985 bad apples. It's one bad apple per Jamal, plus some backup. And I do have to say, if white people know a Jamal and there's only 12,000, I know y'all know some of these bad apples with the 18,000. I know you do. I'm not saying you're still cool with it. Ladies, maybe you went to college and dated one, had a phase. Fellas, maybe you, I don't know, have a cousin that knows one that sells drugs. Or maybe you just, went to school with one and follow it on Facebook. But I'm gonna need for y'all to clean up these streets. Please start snitching on these bad apples. Make the world safe for my future son. Thank y'all.
T. Thompson, everybody, let's hear it for him. Oh, come grab a seat with us, buddy. Let's have a fucking hang.
Yeah, let's hang.
Let's hang.
Let's sesh it up.
I gotta say, first of all, it's like that, the Jamal bit that you got, actually, before that, you want a shot? You want a shot, Ski?
You want a shot?
I definitely need one. I'm sweating.
Oh.
It was a good set, man.
Sweating
Thanks
like
for.
crazy, buddy.
Did you guys know this was his first booked show?
This is your first book show, man?
First one.
This was my first book show.
Was it really?
Yeah, and here I am hosting.
There we go. So
goddamn
look at straight in front of you. This is your future.
This is it. I'm sorry. You're going to become white and ugly. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you.
He's only a few more
As
years
long
older
as-
than you.
This
As
is
long
what's
as my
in your
last
future,
name ends
bud.
up being dollar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See you.
No,
See
you're gonna
you,
do so
John.
well. It's gonna be dollars.
You want it to
It's
be
dollars.
Yeah.
You'll have a few more than
thousands.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, first of all, like that Jamal bit, it just triggered the certain like writing area. In
I don't
my
think I've
brain.
ever seen a black guy named Jamal.
Yeah.
I've seen, or a white guy named Jamal.
I was like, I've
Quentin.
met a few.
I've seen Quentin. I've seen white Quentins.
But it's like that could be a whole fucking bit. You could do like 5 to 10 minutes just on that, where it's like, you know, a Venn diagram. So it's like, here's the white Jamals, here's the black Jamals, and then there's this intersection. You can just keep going back and forth, and then in between.
I loved the
back
different
and forth,
characters
in
you
between.
had per your person talking. Like I felt like I was into like whatever story you were painting.
I'm gonna be honest.
He's like, I am all those characters. Those are all my personalities.
That's the facts. But I do appreciate the support, y'all, because like I'm not really in this scene, so like any kind of words go a long way. I knew I was
No, of
coming to
course, yeah.
DNP. I didn't know that standing for drunk, nice people.
Yeah.
Nice people.
It's on all of our dating profiles.
That's exactly it. We're
Stands
a bunch
for
of
dicks,
alcoholics,
not
but
pussies.
We're, cool. We're not the bad kind of alcoholics.
Yeah, we're
Chill.
the friendly ones.
Yeah, we'll only tell you our feelings when we're hammered.
Trust me, this is the
And we
best
only
place to
have
start out
feelings
on.
when we're hammered.
That's
Yeah.
how I
Out there
know
in
it's
the
true,
in the
though.
real wild, man, motherfuckers are rude.
But what's funny, it's like it's the weird thing I've come across. I had no idea about this until I came down here. But like living up in Montana, nobody ever told me this. But then I came down here, and it's like when I would sign up as John Dollar, which is my name. It's like when I do Twin Cakes, when I do like Mike Drew's mic.
Yeah.
The first time they ever saw me, it's like, let's hear it for John Dollar, and I'd come up, and they'd just be like, "You're John Dollar?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that's me." It's like, that's the blackest name I've ever heard for a white guy. It's like, is it? Is it really?
Indirectly?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It
Yeah.
sound like a rap name instead of government. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I want to sue Ty Dolla $ign.
You're the closest.
That's my real name.
You're the closest thing we have to a white Jamal. Have you thought about that? You're
That might
John
be.
Dollar.
I might actually be
We're
the
here
intersection
with
for
the
that.
white Jamal.
Yeah,
That's what
just
I'm here
bring
for.
me up on stage to sit there when you do that whole bit. Be like,
Don't do
I
that.
sign
That's
off
a bad
on all
idea.
this.
That's a.
I concur.
That's good stuff.
CC.
That's good stuff.
Well, buddy, how long have you been doing comedy?
Well, I'm not one of those people who had like a comedy dream. Like, I did love
That's
watching the
healthy.
greats, though. To be honest, like I really did. Like, Red
Define
Fox,
the greats.
Oh God, yeah.
Red Fox, Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac,
Pryor.
Pryor. Yeah, like I
Eddie Murphy,
grew up
Raw
loving that
back in the
shit.
day.
But like, my idea of comedy was always like, if you look up the word funny, you'll find like a couple different definitions. Like, ha funny was never my personal definition of funny. It was always odd, like the weird shit. And my brother, like, he was funny. Like, he would collect crowds of fucking people. They would want him to entertain them. Like, people loved my brother so much that I remember a girl from my class came up to me and was like, why is your brother so funny and you're just not? I was like, bitch, you could have worded that different or something.
Yeah.
Like, what's the
You're
point
like,
of
why
that?
are we broken up
So,
with now? I'll
you
tell
know,
you that statement.
But I used to get mad and write about stuff a lot. And I had a friend who was a comedian take a look at my notebook and he was like, bro, I didn't know you wrote comedy. And I was like, bro, that's not comedy. I'm just mad.
It's my journal.
Yeah, like, this
Good
makes
comedy,
like, you're in my diary, dog. But he told me to do some comedy. I went with him to a place one day and he wrote my name down. And like I just read something that I had on my phone directly off, and it hit. Like it really did hit. I could hear the laughter. I looked up and like actually saw like a few tears from the crowd. So like it was a validation I didn't know I needed. You
That's
know
the
what I
first
mean?
heroin
Yeah,
injection.
it was.
It's like, all right,
It was.
this is a drug. I'll
You got bit,
chase this
yeah.
fucking
And I, like,
dragon for
I
the rest
still
of my
didn't.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I still didn't start even then. Like I just fucking kept writing. Then like, bro, I'm on probation. Like. I'm grounded.
Half of the people here are on
I'm
probation.
looking.
This is where they said.
There's no judgment here.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm
couple of
allowed
house
to be here. I
arrests.
don't even think I can be places where the primary consumption is alcohol. So like,
No, the primary
I'm sorry,
consumption
Rebecca.
is good comedy here. Alcohol is just a side.
And Little Caesars pizza.
Yes.
And $5 pizzas.
Yes. That's what
And Kentucky Deluxe.
I got enough for next time.
sponsor us. Like, share, subscribe, and sponsor. Thank you.
Kentucky Deluxe. When the wife has already taken the kids.
There it is.
honestly, what is that?
Look, they're already
it's
gone.
Kentucky Deluxe.
You might as well.
I'm in the process of trying to not end it anyway from not being able to smoke. Like, let me.
We're so glad you're not ending it.
You want to do another half shot ski, buddy?
Half sis.
Please, let's
See,
do
I
it.
say, I know AJ was talking about shot skis as like an actual ski, but I say shot ski literally is being like, let's do a fucking shot ski there, buddy.
Yeah, it sounds like an endearing way to say, let's
what?
take a shot together.
It's like what's his name? Officer Leahy, Drinky Poo.
Oh, God rest his soul.
We got one.
Listen, Randy.
Shot ski?
Yeah, that's
the
from a
liquor's
literal
calling the
ski.
shots now.
At one of the open mics here, we you can get a shot ski, which is like a shot with ski with 4 shots.
Favorite part
I was about to say that's the
it's,
most frat boy phrasing I've ever heard in my life.
There's the scene in their second movie, Countdown to Liquor Days. And they're like, Randy's out hooking him for cheeseburgers again.
It
Yeah,
hurts so
and
good.
when Randy comes up to the car, he's like, you got $10 or a Dairy Queen coupon?
Oh, great stuff.
God, that Trailer Park Boys, it's like, here's the thing. From Canada, that's transcended into the U.S., it's Trailer Park Boys, The Red Green Show, and Letterkenny.
Letterkenny, yeah.
And now also Shoresy. But Shoresy is a spin-off of Letterkenny. There's 3 great Canadian shows that have transcended into the U.S., and as somebody who's Montanan, you might as well be Canadian. I am so fucking happy that this whole country celebrates those shows because finally they understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
See, they were already done. In Canada, they were already done with Trailer Park Boys, and it came down here, and it was such a big hit on Netflix.
Netflix was like, let's buy more.
They went and bought the rights from Michael Clattenburg, who was the director, so they could actually come back and do the show.
And I will say, it's like, the Netflix seasons, they are great, but they're just missing, there's a certain thing where it's like, you can tell Mike Clattenburg, he lived in that trailer park.
Yeah, there's
where
a
he
difference.
just knew.
Huge fan of the Rickyisms.
Still funny, but it's just not the
Rickyisms
same
are
type
good.
of funny. Yeah.
Dude, the idea of like Ricky putting up like 15 different satellites on one trailer to get free cable for everybody. So when they come in, it's like the actual cable company is like, hey, you can't fucking be here. It's like, we own the space. Like, you don't own space. NASA owns space. So he starts ripping them off the road. And Donnie, like the dude you never see, is just off screen going, Ricky, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just want to say that I've been looking over here for the majority of the show, and we've gotten nothing from the entire sound guy until you started talking.
Oh, he's trailer
this,
park
and
guy.
He is,
Hell yeah, buddy.
He is all about it.
The moment that I brought up that I'm
I saw that too.
Dude, it was the same time that I brought up that I'm MCing for K. Trevor Wilson, who plays Squirrely Dan on Letterkenny. I got a fucking reaction from him, too. That was it.
Dude. Here at Deliciously
We got that
Nothing
Canadian
podcast, we have
lingo,
something
buddy.
for everybody.
Everybody.
Every single one.
Well, KT, buddy, anything you want to share before we go into what to promote, anything like that?
You know, let me just ask y'all, for people who've been in the scene for a little while, what would y'all kind of like give as advice to a new comic that's hopping into a scene that's already established?
Oh,
you know?
fuck.
Yeah.
Drew, do you want to take this
yeah,
one?
I can
You've been doing it longer than all coming.
Yeah. So two things. One, most importantly, we talked about this with one of the earlier comics. When you start out, the most important thing is just to have fun, to enjoy it. Best advice I ever got was the first, before I did an open mic, I went and I saw a show, and I asked the guy who was headlining, I said, hey, like, you got any advice for me? And what he told me is, like, if you, like, just have fun, put that number one. He's like, because if you're having fun, your audience is going to have fun. And even if they're not having fun, fuck them, you're still having fun. Like that,
Yeah.
and that's something that's
do what
stuck
you
with
love.
me. Yeah.
Getting to do
So
what you
that
love,
that
yeah.
has to be number one. But then the second thing is do all the things, meet all the people, and then when you feel comfortable with 5-10 minutes or 10 minutes specifically, that's when you feel comfortable reaching out to the people you've already met at the open mics and be like, hey, can I do a spot at your show? And that's like that should be your next kind of like as a newer comic, your first thing is to do local showcases, 5-10 minutes. Just do a guest spot, you know. Take whatever they give you and and enjoy it, you know, and keep writing stuff and making new stuff, and it's a long game. Like it's a big thing. There's highs and lows, but it never ends.
I appreciate
it
that.
never ends.
Appreciate that, man. Sincerely.
Here's what I'll say. It's like Drew is absolutely right. The idea of it's like this whole thing is supposed to be fun. Like we're spending years of our lives just chasing a career in which it's like it's supposed to be fun. Like the moment that you see it on Netflix, you're like, how fun does that look? Mm-hmm. That's the whole fucking dream.
Yeah.
You don't realize all the turmoil, all the pain that goes through to get to that point. It's like that's fun. But that whole suffering, that all that is a part of it. That's all the reason where it's like you don't. Nothing that's actually important to you is gained easily.
Mm-hmm. True.
You don't
True.
fucking get something like
True.
easily and be like, oh, I'm going to cherish this forever. Where it's like the first time you get a showcase. I remember this was the first showcase I got in this town. It was like 3 months into doing open mic comedy, and suddenly it's like, hey, somebody wants me on their show. I was like, fucking A. Yeah, we're on the same fucking trajectory. Any comic that talks about what is hack. Oh, that's hack. This is hack. That's hack. Everybody's got an opinion about what's hack. You ask 100 comics what's hacky to you, you'll get 100 different responses.
Man.
So to you,
Subjective.
what I'm going to say is the same thing I'm doing. Write what you know. Write what you care about. Here's something that came to your mind organically. Here's something that you're just doing. You're living your life. Maybe you're just like cooking some grilled chicken and then suddenly just, oh shit, that's some crazy shit. And you just jot down a note. That's an organic thought. Who fucking cares if like 1,000 other people had the same thought? That's the thought you had in that moment. You got a bit about it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, well, this guy had a joke about planes. A fucking million people have a joke about planes.
They're common things.
Yeah.
Comedians. I spent years in open mics being like, I have to impress the comics here. And to a degree, you have to. Like, to a degree, you have to be like, okay, so I need these comics to know what I'm about, what I'm doing, the confidence I have on stage, the swagger, all that. At the same time, if you're doing open mic and there's actually, like, a crowd there, fuck those comics.
Yep, that's what the crowd thinks.
Yep.
it's the crowd there.
The phrase they'll use is don't perform to the back of the room.
To the
don't
back of the
perform to
room,
the comedians.
yeah.
It's
I have
the
heard that
audience.
before.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing a bit that's like, oh, these comics have heard this bit before, but that crowd hasn't, fuck them.
Yeah.
Nope.
Man.
You're playing to that crowd.
Yep. Those
If
are
you
new
get laughs
ears.
from
New
them,
ears.
that's what matters.
You gotta know what
All
works.
right.
That's the whole fucking
If
thing.
you got something that's funny, man, it's gonna, no matter what room you go into, you got new ears that's gonna like
It's
it.
gonna cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think I don't like? You think I like doing the whole "I look like the Men in Black" from Alien"? You think I like that fucking bit?
I've seen that.
No.
That shit is funny.
But when like 2 people fucking bomb right in a row, and I go up at the East Room, and there's still a crowd there, it's like, God damn it, we gotta keep them around. I wanted to work on new shit, but let's fucking just as a service. That's another thing. It's like just as service to like other comics. Like you'll understand this as like time goes on and on. Is like you'll stop being like, oh shit, what about this? What about that? You'll just start thinking about it. It's like I already had all this stuff I wrote down, but it's one of those nights. We'll do this.
Yeah.
Man.
Gotta read the room.
Yeah.
Always gotta read the room.
Read the room.
And appreciate all the shows you get to do, whether it's like big ones that like other people would be impressed with, or like there's never a bad show and there's never a bad audience. And what I mean by that is like sometimes you have like you go to a show and you just have like 2 people there. And I remember years ago I was about to do a show in front of 2 people and I turned to the headliner. I was like, well, I guess it's gonna be one of those shows, you know, like. And he's like, hey, whoever comes to our shows, they're our best friends.
Yeah.
He's like, don't take it out on those 2 people that they actually
Yeah.
came out and nobody else did.
Show real
So, yeah.
appreciation. I've been a
And-
part of the opposite of that. I've
Yeah.
been in the crowd where like I could tell the comic didn't give a fuck because it wasn't like so
Right.
Yeah.
But
show
if you
true
and if
appreciation.
you go in with that attitude, not only is it fair for the show and the audience and the people, it's more fun for you in that, and more like it makes this whole experience. I mean, like think about this: if you're still doing this in 10 years, you're gonna be like, hey, that first time I did a show, there was a cockroach running around.
I was in the
I
garage
was
with
in
some
the garage.
weirdos.
Like this is a fun
forgot about
future
They kept
story.
feeding me bourbon.
Yeah, this is a fun future story.
This will be one of those
True,
things
true.
like even if you decide comedy's not for you, this will still be one of those times you look back like to your later kids and just be like, dude, you have no idea.
You're like, Jamal, let me tell you about when I was your age. Something I did.
Let me tell you. And there's film of it. It's out there somewhere.
It's on that humongously viral YouTube channel now.
That's the thing. It's like the most successful people figured out at one point or another to be like, fuck the rest of this shit. I'm doing what I want to do. They're not taking from anybody else. It's just
Stay in the lane.
even if they it's like even if their thoughts may coincide with somebody else because it's going to happen. There's like
only
8
so
billion
many-
people on the planet.
Right,
It's
right.
going to happen. There's going to be parallel thought. There's going to be all that. Even with all that, it's like if you're doing what you want to do
Yeah.
and it's what makes sense to you, just keep fucking doing that, man.
And your people will find you. The
They'll find you.
audience, your viewers, your fans, or whatever. Like when you do things authentically, there are people that connect with it.
They'll
I
like
had
your
no
voice. They'll like your face. They'll like your movement. If they like you, man.
And I had no idea how much, like, personally I was gonna try it, just because it's very easy to get in your head and talk yourself out of things. But like, I don't know, once you start doing something, and even fuck the validation aspect of it, just knowing that you went out there and got off of your chest what you had to say, whether you make a mistake, whether like, you know, you could have done it better, XYZ. There's a satisfaction that like I haven't found anywhere else with doing this stuff. So
Yeah, it's definitely an art of expression, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
And
Art of
even
expression.
that, like, maybe you just find a community. It's like I came down here from Montana, 2,000 miles away. I knew like 2 people here. And I came down and suddenly I got a whole community. All these motherfuckers. It's like, I know all of them.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. Suddenly I got an entire new group of friends. It's fucking unbelievable.
And now he wants to move back to Montana. It's like, nope, can't handle these.
I
guys.
miss the nature of it so fucking much. Where it's like I live like right in downtown, where it's like this goddamn pavement in this city. It's all Blade Runner. I fucking hate it here. But hey, KT, buddy, anything before we let you go? Anything to promote? Any upcoming shows? Anything like that?
No, I don't know. I don't know that I'll have an upcoming show necessarily soon. I'm really working on this.
You will.
Yeah, you
I'm
will.
Really, really
When people
working
You'll
on
have
this.
an upcoming
podcast,
show.
the
Appreciate
phone
it.
is gonna
Bathroom
be-
in the mirror helps out a lot.
Hey,
Just the bathroom in the
we
mirror.
do it.
Know
Here's
what,
the thing,
know what
all your
facial
shows are
expressions
upcoming.
are.
All your shows are upcoming.
Facts. Facts.
Facts, buddy. Nate, cheers to you.
Cheers.
All right.
Let's hear it for KT Thompson, everybody.
Looks like we got OdliD up next.
OdliD. Hey, you guys have been great. Thanks so
Yeah.
much for watching this whole show. We fucking love all you. And to play us out, let's hear it for OdliD.
Get it up.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Happy fucking Easter, everybody! We are OdliD, and we have come for your daughters. Tomorrow will be the second coming of Jeebus. Purple Jeebus. Purple Jeebus has risen from the grave. Purple Jesus has risen from the grave. He went down to the red light district for the horse to save. Purple Jesus had his fill. Purple Jesus, he found his kill. Purple Jesus, Purple Jesus.
death outside. Lying death outside. Lying death. I feel the weight of a million your fucking driver's seat. They beat the fuck out of you on top of your own fucking hood. They leave you in the fucking street. They get in the car and the light changes. And they drive off. And you're just there. And somebody's like honking at you. And they're like, hey man, get the fuck in your car and fucking move. And you're like, I just got punched in the fucking face. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face. You don't move your fucking car. I'm late for work. I've had too much fucking coffee. I'm out of weed. And my wife won't fuck me. I'm out of weed. And my wife won't fuck me. I'm out of weed. And my wife won't fuck me. I hope you love your fucking lesson. Did I mention it was Easter? In my house, at Easter, my parents used to make lasagna. Why? My mother was the only Italian one. I think I was adopted. I'm not exactly sure. But every holiday was a fucking lasagna. Didn't matter if Easter, Christmas, fucking Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, she made a fucking lasagna. It was different every year. Just depending on how fucking stoned she was. Sometimes it'd be black olives. Sometimes it'd be all kinds of fucking shit in there. Who knows? She was stoned. I didn't get high with my mom until I was 18. I was always scared to. When I was 5, she asked me to roll a joint. I was like, Mom, I'm 5. I don't know how to roll a joint. One day, I was 18, and for Christmas, one of her friends came in. And he was like, hey, man, Merry Christmas to me and my 5 other friends. We're in a circle. We're standing in the bedroom. We're fucking rolling a joint. We're smoking it. And then he calls in my mom and my step-parents. Now we're all smoking dope on Christmas. I was 18. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe this song is still going. I'm thinking about childhood trauma. Oh! Every day, another day gone. Tomorrow will be another day gone. And after that will be another day gone. Before you know it, there'll be so many days gone. And you're sitting alone in a hotel room. And you're watching pay-per-view porn. And you're trying to score a lid on the guy you met off of Craigslist. And he tries to ring it on in. Just like this song. Ladies and gentlemen, we are OdliD. 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 Let me introduce you to Captain Fuckstick on guitar. We have Micro Fuckstick on drums. And over here, we have Long Dong Adolf. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Rabbi Spacecraft. We are OdliD, and our next song is called If You Can't Fucking Take a Fuck, Joke 'Em. I'm too hot, and I'm too sweaty to say I love you. And I'm too fat, and I'm too heavy fucking beers. That goddamn bear knew what the fuck he was doing. That American black fucking bear. So the moral of the story is, don't jump into a fucking cage with an American black bear. They fuck with me. I was glad I left the beers. We had plenty of more fucking beers. We brought plenty of fucking beers. We had a habit of sneaking into the zoo and drinking so much fucking beer. Daddy doesn't love you anymore, son. Daddy doesn't love you anymore, son. Son, 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 son. Shit I'd been through. I fucking put a gun to my head. I took a bottle up in the drill now, and I put that gun to my head. In my ear, in my ear, my ear. shake 'em Susan. Like a fucking shake 'em Susan. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I want to give a fucking girl who ate fucking cat food. Fuck that bitch. She's a fucking whore. And every day I fucking wake up and I read the fucking paper. Who fucking reads the paper? And I can't stand the fucking news. Fuck the news. It's fucking all obligatory. How much do you owe? How much do you fucking owe? I owe my whole fucking life. 51 years in this goddamn hole. Every goddamn day it's something different. Every goddamn day it's someone else. Every goddamn day it's something else you gotta fucking deal with before you even fucking go to fucking bed at night. So fuck you, and fuck you. You're fucking cool. I don't know you. I just met you. I don't know the fuck anybody else is. Fuck everybody else. I'm a goddamn priest and a rabbi and a reverend all rolled up in some kind of satanic cult for the brotherhood of man. Who the fuck are you? I don't know. I don't even know the fuck I am. What is this? Is it Sunday? Is it Saturday? Monday or Tuesday? I gotta fucking work. I gotta be up at 5 o'clock in the morning and drive a goddamn tow motor so you can have a goddamn refrigerator on Christmas fucking morning. And fuck you, who has $10,000 to spend on a fucking refrigerator with Wi-Fi? Who needs Wi-Fi in a fucking refrigerator anyway? You need to really make ice from 50 miles away while you're out on the beach with your whore and your mistress and your love child? What the fuck is that? I don't understand. If you ever had any goddamn self-respect, you know what kind of piece of shit you were. You know that you should donate fucking everything you got and fucking let somebody else have a fucking shot. Everything you got, every fucking shot. I don't know how you can fucking live with yourself every goddamn day. I'd probably do it pretty well, actually. If I had $10 million or $10 billion, I'd probably live pretty happy too. And I probably wouldn't give a shit about you, or you, or you, or you, or you, or you, or any goddamn body, or you. I don't know. I just work here. I don't know. See my name badge? It's called Muffin. And if you got anything that you need to know, then I got it too. It's like herpes. You can't get rid of it. It's like luggage. Every goddamn day you wake up with it. It's like, why is my dick itch? I don't know. I got a shot in the ass. Nothing happened. Last time the lion ass cheek bitch fucked 18 of my fucking friends. Every goddamn day that I fucking know it. Do you know it? I know you fucking do. You fucking do. And that's life. That's the way things are. And that's the way that everything works. And if you think that you're not going to wake up tomorrow and someone's not fucking you in your ass, you just don't feel it because you're numb. You're numb to what life does to you. Every day you be a fucking yes. You just don't know. You are aware of nothing. And one day you're going to wake up and you're going to turn around and there's going to be a big black fucking dick in your ass. That's just the rubber, not because it's a leg thing. And that'd be a particular ethical race, because there's a big fucking condom. And like a monolith, like for 2001 Space Odyssey. And you're like, holy fucking shit, why am I being pegged by life? And life is gonna kick you down, and push you down, and make you suffer. And then the thing is when you die, you live for 18 minutes after you die. So once you're dead, you get to listen for 18 minutes of all the shit that happens around you, all the things that people said that they thought that you wouldn't hear, but you're listening because you're still alive for 18 fucking minutes. You're there to hear it all. Just in time for the coroner to pick up your corpse. To be loaded up in that fucking paddy wagon. Take it down to the morgue. It's not over yet. There's the cremation and the service and more crying